and has a somewhat pronounced chip on her shoulder for all things winter.
Next is Woodlos.
Hello. Woodlos is a barbarian, human barbarian, and I just got Path of Wild Magic, so he'll be exploding in magic. He's in his 30s. He'll readily tell you that he grew up as a farmer and a herder, but then there's a kind of a missing link. He'll mention the fact that he's been a hermit for a while, but recently he's been hanging out with Charmaine and Avanthi a lot, and he's getting used to being around people again, even those two crazy people.
Then, last but not least, Thud. Go ahead, Thud.
Yes, Thud is also a barbarian. He's tall, young, probably late 20s. And you can see under his winter furs that he's very muscular. But the warmth of his bright blue eyes kind of draws you in and doesn't really scare you away so much. He has a necklace of pointy teeth around his neck that appear to be canine teeth from wolves. And he greets everyone. Welcome, friends. I'm Thud. Fang and I will protect you. And he points to his, probably the largest axe you've ever seen on his back.
What is Thud's armor class?
Thud's armor class is 15.
And did you say it was human?
He's a human, yes.
Okay.
And Thud's perception modifier?
Is 11.
+1. Insight
Plus 1, yeah.
Insight modifier?
Inside is 9.
So -1.
Total, so -1. Yeah, -1 on investigation and insight.
Okay. And persuasion?
Persuasion is +2.
And deception?
Deception is 0.
Okay. So a couple of persuasive members of your party are Charmaine and Avanthi at +4 each. Hold on just a second.
Oh.
Colleen, are you playing one of those lady dwarfs that has a beard?
No, she got thrown out of the Feywild and couldn't grow a beard anymore because, the Fey was like, no.
Shame. I always thought, I was like a little kid when I found out female dwarves could have beards, at least in the D&D setting. I was like, oh, that's fun. Totally blew my mind for some reason.
Yeah. I will send you a post I saw someone make on Twitter about dwarves and their beards being like built-in HEPA filters.
So persuasive ones are Charmaine and Avanthi, and no one can read anyone like Kraylin can. And then perception, Charmaine and Kraylin lead the pack. So there's 5 of you. Your average level is about 3.4, so we'll be doing, you're right on average, slightly above, so I'll be doing like between the average and strong monsters back and forth for the encounters. And if I zoom out on the map here, let me make sure I got all of you over here. I'm missing Carrie. Maybe not. Let me make sure you can all move your tokens on this map. So everyone, grab your token and just move it 1 square up, please. Okay, good. All working. Charmaine, you're 28 out of 28, right?
Yeah, I changed it.
28. Save. There we go. Okay. Good. So, you gather together your gear, and you each get to start with inspiration, so that's the 3-leaf icon on your token. That gives you advantage on a roll, so you need to make sure to announce it before the roll. Then you'll all have an extra potion of healing beyond your current, and that just goes away at the end of the adventure. Sorry about the dog. Okay. So, howling winds echo through the caverns, but they're not loud enough to silence the growing tension within the tribe. A crowd of Goliaths murmurs with uncertainty, fear, and anger in the large common room. That large common room being here. From out of the private chambers comes Old Goat. The elderly Goliath chieftain walks through the common room up the steps to the platform that's about 10 feet over the top of the common room. She is Elderly with a heavily scarred face, she dresses plainly in goat-hide clothing and carries an immense great axe fashioned from white dragon bone. There in the crowd with you is Spearsong, the leader of the hunters of the Thunlakalaga tribe, and there's a couple of his fellow hunters here with him. He's headstrong and impetuous, doesn't think Old Goat's a good leader, thinks she's too reserved, and isn't afraid to tell her and everyone else that. He is quite the bowman, and carries a bow taller than everyone but the Furbolg. So, Old Goat emerges from the chambers, walks up there, and speaks. The battle-scarred Goliath chieftain leans on the hilt of her upturned chalk-white axe. Her hoarse voice tells the story of many shouts uttered in defense of her clan. We have warred with winter for too long. It's time that we ask it for aid. We know the Chewinga that live here with us, but there's 3 out amongst Icewind Dale that can help us defeat Frostclaw and find out what happened to Whisperwind. As she's talking, Spearsong is kind of mocking her. You notice that as you're standing beside him. And normally most of the clan ignores Spearsong's remarks, but the recent turmoil has fostered unrest within them, and some of them are starting to pay attention. Old Goat's doing her best to ignore him. You guys are standing nearby him. Do any of you want to do anything?
How is he mocking her?
Oh, he's saying, oh, she'll never do anything. Yeah, the Chewinga, they'll save us. Whatever. Things like that.
I'll say what he says in a mocking voice after he says it.
Okay.
Kind of low, not to interrupt Old Goat.
Okay. Anyone else
Like,
want to
I'll
say
try to be close enough so he can hear me.
Okay.
I'll just kind of mention a good leader doesn't fall through ice.
Got it.
And Charmaine is going to snort laugh at that like I just did.
Okay.
It's like depending on how long he keeps that up, I think I'd be like to like Old Goat, be like, sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that? Like, and then like pointedly stare at Spearsong, like, please shut up.
Avanthi, why don't you make a persuasion check with advantage for all of you kind of working together? $21.
Sorry, I pressed it twice.
No problem. Okay, he shuts up. Kind of glares at you guys, but shuts up nonetheless. You notice some of the tribes members nod appreciatively toward you, and Old Goat waits for you to come up to the platform and dismisses the rest of the tribe. So with you there, with a private audience with Old Goat, she shares with you her thoughts. She says there's 3 Chewinga that live across Icewind Dale that can help us defeat Frostclaw. I ask you to secure their blessings and take the fight to Frostclaw and to Feral Tongue. If you're amiable to do such a thing, the names of the Chewinga you'll be looking for are, and she has it right over here for you, written down. The names of the Chewinga are Singing Gear. He's the easiest to find. He lives just north of Goodmead, and he delights in song and in pottery. The second easy one to find is Sappa Everwatching. They observe Icewind Dale from a peak of a nearby mountain with many a spyglass. And it just so happens I have a gift here that you can give to Sappa that might make your negotiations with them easier. She brings forth a bag and pulls out of the bag a crystal set in a golden frame with a wooden handle. So it looks kind of like a little magnifying glass. She says, tell Sappa Everwatching that this is a gift from the Thunlakalaga clan, and we ask their assistance and blessing. And then finally, another member of the tribe joins you up there on the platform. Tree Eye. Remember, Tree Eye has the 2 different eye colors, green and brown, and kind of hobbles up the steps with their bad leg, using a cane as they do. And they come and they sit down beside you. And Old Goat says, the easiest to locate is Singing Gear. Tree Eye has told many a story about singing gear. Can you tell us anything about him, Tree-Eye? And Tree-Eye says, yeah, definitely enamored with song. If you can go and find his little igloo in the forest north of Goodmead, bring a good song. Maybe something that they're singing right now in Goodmead. You could go into the Mead Hall there and see what kind of songs are current and in favor with the locals. He also really likes pottery, and the people of Goodmead often have flagons. It's almost like a badge of honor to have the best flagon in Goodmead. If you can find a flagon or more to gift to singing gear, that will only help you and get his blessing. Now, Old Goat continues, the hardest one's going to be Lore the Timid. Lore is kind of reclusive and lives among the 20 stones of Thrune in Dugan's Hole. I don't have any good way to kind of get Lore's blessing, so you'll have to talk to the locals there and see if any of them have any advice. I don't even know where for sure you'll find him except around the stones. And you'll notice something. You might not have noticed this before, maybe you did. The stones of Thrune and Dugan's Hole, that's only one letter different than Thune in Thune Laka Laga. I don't know if that's related or not related, and neither does Old Goat. Or at least she doesn't share if she does. Do you guys have any questions before you set out? It's quite a journey. It really doesn't matter what order you see the Chewinga in. The easiest, of course, is singing gear, and he's at Goodmead. So here's the map of Icewind Dale. You're starting in the mountains over here to the east. That's where Wyrmdoom Crag is. The Sappa is up on top of a mountain. And then the last one, being Lore the Timid, is at Dugan's Hole. If you can get their blessings, or if you fail, come back here and let me know how it went, says Old Goat.
I don't know if this would be in-game or out-of-game, since we started on the O2 module, would I know what a Chewinga is?
You would not know, but they can explain it to you if you ask.
Okay. Yes, then definitely I would be like, so what is a Chewinga?
What is a Chewinga? So a Chewinga is a little nature spirit. They take the form usually of a humanoid, very small though, maybe 6 inches tall. And they can disappear into nature, into snow or into rocks or babbling brooks. And they come and go as they please. If they like you, they can bless you. And so the blessings of nature here is what we need to help destroy Frostclaw. Okay. So, you gear up and get ready to set out. Where do you guys want to go first?
I would say do the difficult one first. That's also one that's farthest away.
I would say do the closest one.
I would say, well, I mean, mountains are
I would
like,
say the middle one.
my favorite terrain or whatever, so like that would probably be fairly simple, but like I'm down for whatever.
If you want to vote, you could put your tokens by the one you want to do. We'll see who gets the most. Just put your token right to the left of the one you like.
Left, okay.
Yeah.
I think we should do singing gear first.
I mean, ultimately, Aaron will not care either way, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
Looks like it's Sapper or Lore, and you could break the tiebreaker, Thud. Which
All
one
right,
would you move to?
We'll go with Sappa.
Sappa is the closest one. On top of Shatterglass Mountain. So
That's the one that we got the crystals for. Right?
So you got a gift. You got a gift for Sappa. You got to get there. You know Shatterglass Mountain a little bit about it. It's quite a peak. It's not the same height as Kelvin's Cairn, but there will be some climbing involved to get up to the top of it. So if you don't own a climber's kit, it could come in pretty handy. They're kind of expensive. The Goliaths can provide you with the components, but you have to take the gold off for it. It is 25 gold pieces, and it generally gives you advantage on any climbing checks, any mountaineering type checks you have to do.
I have some crampons and definitely cold weather gear.
Well,
What
then
else would come in a
you
climbing
might
kit?
only need to pay the difference. Let me check what Climber's Kit has in it.
I have a rope. I have rope as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a Climber's Kit, in addition to what you have already, includes pitons, boot tips, basically spiked boot tips, gloves, and a climbing harness.
Okay.
So if you have some of those already, you could just, buy individually the different ones. So pitons, boot tips, gloves, and climbing harness.
No, I don't have any of those. So
That was 25 gold, you said?
25 gold for that, yep. But it gives you advantage in climbing checks, which could be real important.
I did. Yeah, I think I'd need everything but the pitons.
Okay?
And yeah, I'm gonna buy one as well.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, do I think that the boots of striding and springing would help me out any?
Not
For
really.
climbing?
Not for climbing, no.
All right, you said a climber's kit was 25 gold pieces?
Correct. All right. Mount Shatterglass. So the base of Mount Shatterglass is an icy maze, and it's almost alive in that it changes from frigid air solidifying into thin walls of ice, whipping winds collapsing precarious passages, transforming them into stretches of treacherous terrain. The maze zigs and zags around the mountain. It descends into caverns below the surface and then reappears again. And you basically have to pass through it to get to the base of the mountain to start your climb. It'll, of course, take some survival checks to traverse it in the most expeditious manner as possible. This won't require the climbing gear yet. Are any of you like an outlander or any kind of a background that gives you that kind of...
Yeah. Yes.
You are.
I am an outlander, and my favorite terrain is mountain.
Perfect. Double perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is... First there'll be some wandering around, and then we'll have a check here. So, as you're wandering around in the mountain, and around in the maze, trying to find your way to the base of the mountain to start climbing, I'm going to move you to a map over here. You come to an area of worked stone, which seems odd. You don't remember ever hearing about this. And... move you here in a second. There we go. Okay. So here's this offshoot, basically. The main mazy tunnels are over here, but you found an offshoot of a worked area of the mountain, which leads to this very strange room with this huge skull looking down upon you as you arrive, and corpses of humans and owls and foxes, all lying stiff on the ground, covered in frost. The skull, this giant skull here, its mouth is agape, and inside is treasure of gold, gems, a couple of vials of some liquid, all there with an easy reach. If you climb down the stairs, you gotta climb down the stairs, which are difficult terrain, and then once you're 15 feet down the stairs here, you can reach right into the mouth and grab the treasure.
How old do these corpses look?
They vary in age. Now they're well preserved because of the cold, so it's hard to tell. But some do look significantly older than others, so it could be as many as years for some of them.
Can I do an investigation check to maybe see how it died?
Yeah, you kneel down and look at the creatures very carefully. Go ahead and do an investigation. And if you're trained in medicine, you can do that instead.
Okay, I will do medicine.
Looking at the bodies, you see that some of them exhibit snow packed into their ears or into their mouths or in their nasal cavities. They're all covered in frost. It's almost as if they were pelted by snow, like you would see similar wounds and damage from an avalanche.
But they're inside. So
Yeah.
Huh. I think it's a trap.
Yeah, me too. Can I like?
I'm not too smart, but I think it's a trap.
Can I wander around the room to try to find like mechanisms or things that would relate to?
All of you
ambushing?
can take a look around the room. Make a.
Are you gonna? If she starts heading down the stairs, I'm gonna try to back away from the entrance here.
Got it.
Is she going to? If you go down the stairs,
I'll assume no one's
I'd-
gone down the stairs yet. So
Yeah, I don't think I'd approach that skull or those stairs until I tried to find
before
something
heading
that-
down, everyone who wants can take a look around with a perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Tom, would I be able to guidance myself before this?
Yeah. Okay. You take a good, careful look around. You find no traps. You do find, with your super high 23 perception, Charmaine, there is kind of an odd dichotomy in how the snow and frost and such is piled up here. It's almost like there is a demarcation line that runs from this pillar here down to this pillar here. And you see another one from this pillar here to this pillar here. As if there's a discontinuity in how the frost and the snow is sitting in the room.
She's gonna be like, so guys, I'm gonna move a little back and say, did you guys notice like there's like a little bit of a weird pattern to this snow, like around these pillars. Y'all notice that, or is that just me?
So Charmaine, when she points it out, all of you can kind of make it out now. There's definitely like some extra snow piled up, and it's piled up like right along a line from here to here, and more on the side of the line that's closer to the stairs, and another one from here to here.
So do you think we should wander around the room, not passing through those snowy areas, Charmaine?
I'm yes, but also there's the snow's cut the. So just so that I understand, there's snow here, correct?
There is snow all around. I didn't see where you're pointing.
Oh, right by the skull on these ledges.
Yeah, there's frost everywhere. A little bit of dusting of snow and dusting of frost everywhere. There's just this strange demarcation line that you spotted. That looks almost as if something was there at some time in the past, blocking the snow from going in one direction or the other.
Gotcha.
Can we see the ceiling at all?
Yeah, the ceiling here is about 10 feet high in this worked chamber.
The ceiling's also worked?
Correct. It is.
So we didn't actually climb up the mountain, right? We're still at the base of the mountain.
No, you're at the
right?
base. You're proceeding through the maze of tunnels and canyons and such, and you're not quite to the base of the mountain yet.
But the Chewinga we're looking for lives on top of the mountain, right?
He does.
Was what we were told. Okay, so this
that's
he would not be here.
No, but
That's
that
right.
climber kit was expensive.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll use it eventually. Yeah, this is a treasure. Is there any way other exits from this?
Yes. Oh yeah. You can just back out of here and keep on searching for the mountain.
Okay. Maybe search the walls to see if there's like a hidden door or something.
Yeah, you did. You searched the whole upper level.
Okay, we searched the whole upper level.
Yeah, very carefully. You haven't gone down the stairs yet, but you've searched the heck out of everything up here.
Okay.
I got a single detect magic if we think it's more useful here than somewhere else.
Oh, I have one too, if we want to try that.
Is there like any sort of maybe rocks or anything lying about? Or like anything that I could possibly throw down those stairs?
You bet. Yeah, there's a few loose stones you can find.
I would like to
Wait,
throw-
before you do that,
I'll
let's
move
back
before
up.
she
Let's
gets
back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's all move.
Before,
Hey,
before you
Charmaine,
throw
before you
anything,
do that, you want me to try, I have magic awareness. Want me to try that, and if I don't get anything, you can throw a rock?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Alright. I have a ability now, Magic Awareness. As an action, you can open your awareness to magic. Till the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover.
Okay. Where do you want to do that at?
I guess kind of where I'm standing now, so I can get like, because it's
Yeah, you get the whole
60
room from
feet?
there, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You
And if I
sense.
find a spell, I don't know what this spell is, but I know the School of Magic.
Gotcha. You sense magic around the mouth. There is a mixture of abjuration and illusion, and hold on just a second. I think evocation. I'll confirm that though. Correct. Yeah. Abjuration, illusion, evocation. The evocation is more higher up on the skull. The in the mouth is the illusion and the abjuration.
I let the party know this, and then I tell Colleen or Charmaine to aim for the skull, and then I kind of move towards the door.
In the mouth.
So you're saying the mouth is not real?
Inside the
I
mouth.
think the treasure is the illusion.
Inside
Yeah,
the
Oh.
mouth, you see gold and silver and gems, and 2 vials of 2 potion vials.
All right.
And there's abjuration and illusion amongst those items.
Can Avanthi and Woodlos just scooch back 1 extra square?
Yeah, we're gonna move. I'm gonna move back in the hallways.
Yeah. We'll back in the whole party.
I just want to see. Oh yeah, I could. Even as a me myself, I could.
Even around the corner.
I am going to throw a stone at the skull.
Where do you want to hit it at?
So could I throw 2? Is that possible?
Yeah.
I would like to first throw it into the quote-unquote treasure
Okay.
to see if it just goes through the treasure.
So the first stone you hurl, it flies true, hits in the mouth. It goes like right through the coins. Roll a d6 and don't roll a 1.
Oh, it's easier for me to do.
No pressure.
this way. Whoop. That's not what we wanted. D6.
Good. It slides right through the coins as if the coins weren't there and hits the back rock wall of the mouth. So you can definitely tell, looking now carefully, that the coins are illusory.
All right, so that proves that hypothesis. And now I'm gonna throw the rock right, or at least attempt to get it in the area of right between the eyes on the skull.
Alright, you smash right between the eyes. It hits with a solid thunk and then falls down and clatters amongst the stairs. No reaction.
Cool. Okay. So y'all saw that. The treasure's not real, so I don't really see a point of standing around here.
Did you hit the vials when you threw it, or you just hit the coins?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe the vials are there, not the. He said the coins. It
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
you
the
went through the
coins.
coins.
The rock went through the coins, never hit a vial, no.
Who wants to tie a rope around my waist?
How about go? What if we tried to lasso one?
How big is a vial?
You know how we all learned how to lasso while we were milking goats?
A vial is about 4 inches long and about ½ inch in diameter.
Perfect lassoing size.
It'll be really hard to lasso.
No one has mage hand, do they?
No.
I mean, I could try. I mean, I'm assuming that I would need to make a definite dex check to try and actually hit a vial.
Oh, with the rock? You could throw it specifically targeting the rock. Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Do we have something softer in case you break it?
I was gonna say
Well-
I will say I'm going to lob it instead of doing a full baseball throw.
I guess I have a question for the DM, since this Tasha's class is completely new to me. I have these psychic blade attacks.
Uh-oh.
Would those attacks do literally anything to a non-creature?
Probably. I'll look it up while we're thinking of other ideas.
Like, I'm wondering if, like, the type of damage they would do to a creature is psychic, so I don't know if that could be a gentle enough nudge
I don't think
to an object.
Most objects are immune to psychic damage.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then it probably would just like pass through it, or
Yeah, probably would.
I have a suggestion. I think if we took one of these, I think it's probably triggered by the stairs. So I think we need to put something heavy on the stairs. We could take one of these bodies and throw it on the stairs. Like pick up one of the smaller, what's the smallest thing that's dead?
It was like a
There's
bad
wolf.
fat.
owl.
Well,
There's an owl.
Yeah, there's
An owl or something.
But we
maybe
could totally
take-
throw one of these wolves or dudes down there.
Something
We
with a
could try
little weight
sliding
on
them
the
down the
stairs.
stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, or slide it down the stairs or something.
Yeah, let's take a couple of them, slide them down the stairs, see if we can.
Yeah, that other Furbolg and I will grab one and we can like heave it, depending on the weight or something. Just try to throw it to the stairs, I guess.
Okay. So you take a corpse of one of the winter foxes. It's just like frozen solid. And toss it down the steps. It tumbles down a few of them. Comes to rest there. Does not trigger anything, though.
Oh, okay.
Can I light a torch and
Yeah.
toss it down there? Maybe it's
Yeah.
like heat.
Lighting a
Heat
torch,
trigger?
it's flickering down there, burning down there. Doesn't trigger anything.
Okay.
But did it hit the vials?
No, he just threw it onto the stairs.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably magic. It just will detect life then.
Charmaine, maybe try for right next to the vial and just see if it like.
I was gonna say I could maybe like wrap
jiggles.
it in a handkerchief or something, or a little bit of a scarf.
Maybe we trigger and just. What was the lines with the snow again? Like the small snow banks in here?
Is
They
that
were
the
from here
line?
to here, and from here to here.
But not here, correct?
So it
you
looks
didn't
like
see them
there's
there. You want to go take a careful look?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you do find also from there to there.
Okay.
Oh.
So it looks like the snow is like there was like a wall and then someone like magically removed a wall. Like there's a small bank of snow
Exactly.
along those lines.
So we could use someone as a take one of these bodies and hold it up as a shield. If it comes out of the skull, then you'll be maybe be shielded from it some, like a partial cover.
But unless they're undead.
What, the guys on the ground, you mean?
You know, yeah.
I'm totally up for poking at one.
I'm for.
Oh yeah,
picking
just
up a
poke,
human.
just poke one. Yeah, but I'll pick up one of the
I'll pick up
guys.
one of the big
and
guys,
give it
and
a
I'll.
shield.
If
Yeah.
you guys are fine with it, I'll try to. What the stairs are difficult terrain.
They are. Yeah.
Well, let me tie a rope around you just in case something happens.
I was
so I
gonna
can
say,
pull
I
you back.
might suggest only one person walk.
Yeah.
in
Everybody
the
else stay out
square.
of that area just in case.
Yeah, we got your back.
Yeah.
Someone can help me with the rope too. Huh?
Okay, Woodlos, what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna. They tie a rope around me,
Okay.
and I don't know who's holding it.
All of it.
But
I'm gonna
Avanti,
Okay.
are you moving back, Avanti? You should move back.
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. But and Woodlos, are you holding a dead corpse in, like as a shield?
yes, I'm holding one in front of me, but I'm also doing my best to keep my eyes on the skull because I'm gonna remember I have danger sense. So I'm
Okay.
gonna try and look out for anything going on in front of me. But yeah, I'm holding up. I guess I'm holding it around the waist.
Got it.
And I'm holding up in front of me, like bear hugging it to myself.
Got it.
And then I start moving at half speed down the stairs.
Okay, nothing happens on the stairs. What do you want to do after that?
Am I where the vials are? Like, could I nudge it with my feet?
If you go one square further forward, you could reach into the skull's mouth and get a vial.
And then I'm gonna try that
Okay, body in
while
front,
attempting to hold the body up with my other hand. Yeah.
reach around the body, try and grab a vial. Everyone roll initiative.
Charmaine is
Yeah.
good. I told you.
You were right about the undead.
Did his hand actually like wrap around the vial?
Potentially. Let me get everyone's initiative going here. I'll tell you what
Okay.
happened.
Oh, did mine not go? It did
There you
not.
go in the initiative order.
Yes.
Type in 22. There you go. Okay. So Woodlos, you reach out to grab one of the 2 vials, and you purchase on a solid vial. It is really there. But as soon as you do, the face's hollow eyes, the skull's hollow eyes and mouth illuminate with a swirling blue mist, and a 1-foot thick wall of ice instantly forms at the entrances. So let me draw that out for you.
All right, we knew thee well.
Wall of ice. The old wall of ice trap.
So wall
You
of
have
ice.
you have no idea how many times I've almost died in the past 2 days.
To
Yes,
the
we
point
do.
that we literally have health potions that we have labeled with
I
Thud,
do not.
you can react first to this happening. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'm holding on to the rope.
Oh yeah, the rope was just severed where the
It's
ice
severed
was.
when the wall
Yeah.
formed. Okay.
Actually, it's a wall of ice. It's not severed, but it's just frozen solid there.
Okay. So we just see a wall of ice appear in front of us.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I will pull out my axe and try to use the not the sharp end, but the back end to
Go for
break
it.
through the wall of ice.
Go for it.
So do I need it to hit or just
Yeah, make an
damage?
attack roll. Armor class 12 is what you're looking for to get good purchase into the wall.
Okay. And then damage to the wall.
Yes, please.
Ooh, nice.
You can tell the bludgeoning in does more damage, but it also does less damage because it's not how the axe is supposed to work. So you end up doing a total of 12 damage, but if someone used a weapon specifically that was bludgeoning, it might do even more. So you did 12.
Okay.
That's not enough to drop the wall to half its hit points, but you make a pretty good chunk into it.
Okay.
Okay, after that, on initiative count 20, from the nose opening of the skull, snowballs shoot out onto Woodlos and explode in this cloud of snow all around him in like a 5-foot radius. Woodlos, you take 10 points of cold damage, but you can make a saving throw. It is a dexterity saving throw, so you have advantage. DC 15 to have that.
All right.
Nice.
Good
So
deal.
you-
So you only take 5. And then Woodlos, your turn. So the body didn't seem to help because when the snow pelted on the body and pelted on you, then it exploded in a 5-foot radius, and everything around was impacted by snow.
So do I see anything else, or is it just there's the wall behind me and I've been hit with an ice
Okay,
blast?
so you reached into the mouth, you grabbed one of the potion vials. There's another potion vial there that you haven't grabbed, and you got the body in your other hand. So one hand's got a potion vial, one hand's holding the body. The treasure, your hand went right through it. It seemed like only the vial was real. Maybe the other vial is too.
Okay, so can I drop the body with one hand,
Yeah.
and then with that now newly free hand grab the other vial?
Yeah, it'll be free to drop the body, free interaction to grab the other vial. You reach out to grab it, and your hand just goes right through it. So only one of the two is real.
Okay.
Then
And then
you got
for
your
my
move.
movement... Sorry, what was that?
Go ahead. I was going to say, go ahead with your move.
I'm going to move half speed, so 10, 20, 30.
Yep, and that last one is only 25.
Okay, so I can move one more. Do I still have my action?
You do, yeah. You got push and vial in one hand, and you have your action.
So I'm going to move here, and I'm going to swing at the wall.
With a fist, or what?
Oh, yeah, I'm holding the potions.
Well, do you want to come? Do you hear me? Does he hear me hitting the wall over here? Because
Yeah,
I'm kind of over here.
You can see that kind of silhouetted through the other wall. He's smashing it with
Banging
his
on the
great axe.
wall, smashing on the walls. Why don't you smash on the same part of the wall? We'll try to break it
I
down.
can't make it that far, and I want to get out of direct line of sight from that thing, so that's why I moved over here. Otherwise, I
Okay.
would have gone straight towards you.
Okay.
But then I guess I'll spend my action putting the vial away
Got it. Okay.
and getting my maul out.
Charmaine, your turn.
Maul. Excellent.
I have one weapon that will do bludgeoning. So she will walk over and also hit the spot with her quarterstaff.
Okay.
Probably not going to do a whole bunch of damage, but it's better than nothing.
Armor class 12 for the wall. So the quarterstaff connected. Were you using it one-handed or two?
Two-handed.
So it does 16 points of damage to the wall, bringing your total up to 28, and that's more than half the damage the wall can take. Anything else, Charmaine?
And then since I stepped there, it's sort of in the line of sight, and I only moved that bit, I'm gonna jump right back and be like, what? And then jump back.
Okay, after Charmaine at initiative count 10, winning ties, the thing shoots some more snowballs at it. Woodlos doing 8 points of cold damage. Woodlos, another DC 15 dex save to have it. So
Nope.
8 cold that time, and then Avantha, your turn.
Okay. I don't really want to be underfoot of the people trying to bang down the door here, but I'd like to try to be of use. So I think I'm going to try to see if I can go around here, just in case it's whichever one of these opens first. And can I light all of the candles that I have and just them?
Yeah, so you're
next
stacking
to the
candles against the
wall.
wall as fast as you can, striking your flint as fast as you can, or maybe you have some sort of magical fire or something you can start them with.
Oh, I have a tinderbox.
Okay, so yeah, you're striking flint, trying to get those things all lit, which you're lighting them up. Doesn't make a whole lot of progress this first round.
Yeah, I'm looking at my stuff, and I look at my whip, and I look at my dagger, and then I pull a bunch of candles out.
Kraylin,
But the
your turn.
ambiance of the room has improved.
Yeah,
I'll step up, cast Shillelagh on my staff, and take a whack. I did
Yeah,
not connect.
you get a glancing blow on the wall, and don't do any damage to it. That round is over. Thud, your
bad.
turn.
So it didn't seem like my axe, even the blunt end of my axe, did much.
No, you did 12 points of damage with your
Oh,
axe.
12? Okay, so it does do decent damage. Okay, I'll hit it again with the axe then.
Okay.
I think the bludgeon does double damage to it.
Bludgeoning does double. Okay, that hit.
There you go.
15. That wall shatters. So,
All right.
what else you want?
Come, run.
Anything else, Thud?
I will move away from the wall too. I'll try to move back
Go to
here.
move where you want. The snowballs fire out at Woodlos again at initiative count 20. 3 more, or multiple snowballs smash into him. DC 15 dex save, 10 or 5. Made it. You only take 5. And then your turn, Woodlos.
-5. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay. As you guys rush out of the room, you can see the swirling light dying in the skull. You get out with the vial intact, and Woodlos, do you want to try to take a sip of it, see what it is, or does someone want to try that?
What color is it?
Say, hold on, just.
I will if no one else will.
It is a potion of cold resistance.
Oh, I definitely think Woodlos needs this.
Avanthy's just gonna kind of embarrassedly, poutingly douse her candles and put them back in her backpack.
Okay. You leave that strange room behind and continue searching through the maze. This is where I'm going to just line you up here. This is where I need you one at a time to make survival checks. I'll start with the person who's the ranger. You'll have advantage on your wisdom survival check. You're trying to find your way through the maze to the base of the mountain. So wisdom survival, your DC of this thing is pretty high. 14 is what you're looking for. No problem. The ranger easily gets 14. 2 more of you need to succeed now to find your way the rest of the way through.
I'm trained in survival.
Okay, why
So I
don't you
don't
make
know.
your check?
Yes, please.
Famous last words.
Boom. Now only one
Not
more.
as good as Charmaine.
Only one more of you needs to make it. Who wants to try next?
I am also trained in survival.
Go for it, Graylin.
I'm assuming guidance would not apply to this.
It would not. Too long a duration.
Oh
So
man.
Graylin doesn't help. Don't forget,
Okay.
inspiration would apply if you want to use inspiration.
I can try. I'll try.
Thud, you want to
my,
try? Okay.
Yes, please.
Survival. Yeah.
Boom. You guys
There we
make
go.
it. So, you would have suffered exhaustion and lost time if you hadn't succeeded. So you're making good progress. You haven't found the end yet, but you're not exhausted yet either. And you're closer to finding the end. When you're kind of descending kind of a steep slope. Oh, do you want to do any healing before you press forward?
Woodlos, you want one of your saved
One of your-
potions?
No? Okay. You're
I
moving...
didn't hear anything.
Yeah, if you want to give me one, I'm not gonna object.
Okay. All right, here, take this one.
Is that one of the free ones you guys got that you're using?
Oh, it's the ones found from other ones that we wrote Woodlos's name on.
So not free, one of the ones you took as treasure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can,
You
like,
use
I
a free
have
one.
my free one. I can give him my free one instead.
There you go. That way you still have the other
okay.
one. Okay, so
Same
free
difference.
one. That wasn't Colleen.
Was that
was
2d4?
Event.
2d4 plus 2.
There you go. That way you still have all your free one or your
Yeah.
other ones left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I get 7 back.
you are going through the tunnels. You come to kind of a steep incline, and then all of a sudden the snow gives way under your feet and deposits you at the end of a sloping tunnel in a larger cave. And I'm just going to randomly put you in this larger cave. And draw it for you. I'm using one big map for this, but these are like isolated locations. So they don't necessarily connect even if they're close to each other. Okay, so you arrive in this large cavern. There's a natural bridge spanning the floor below. The floor below is about 10 feet below the natural bridge, and there's some natural stone steps that go down to it. The disconcerting thing you see is 2 enormous serpents. They're white, scaled, giant constrictor snakes from the looks of them. They have a nest nestled back here against the back wall, and you see many eggs amongst the nest. And you make enough noise when you are deposited here that they both take notice, rise up, and start slithering your direction. So roll initiative, everyone. You're on your feet, even though you deposited you jumped right back up. So you start the initiative or start the combat on your feet. Wonder why your initiative's not working, Thud.
Oh, did it? It came across, I think.
It did. It just didn't update the turn order, is all.
Sometimes,
okay.
sometimes you have to have your character avatar like selected first.
Hmm.
Token.
And then Woodlos, did you roll initiative yet?
I forgot
There you
to
go.
have my thing selected.
Okay, let me add them to the initiative. I almost gave you way too much combat here. Let's see. With you guys being between the average and strong. Okay, that's good. Does anyone... No, that won't happen. So, first person to act is Thud. Okay, Thud.
Okay, so
So those snakes are 10 feet down from where you're at currently.
Okay. Are they? How tall are they? I mean, could they
They're
reach
about
up
10
here?
feet
or-
tall. They could reach the bridge from where they're at. And it even
Oh,
looks like
okay.
they could strike out and reach it without getting closer to it.
Okay. And but there's like a formation in front of us here, like an ice formation or
Yeah,
something.
this goes floor to ceiling and blocks the line of sight to them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a natural stone arch that's 10 feet above the snow below.
Mm-hmm.
This is natural steps that are difficult terrain that go down to the snow below.
I can't
Okay.
see any of your pings if you're pinging.
That's weird. Probably because I was on the GM layer. You see
I
them now?
think, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so natural stone bridge, steps down.
I'll step out around the corner, and I will throw a javelin at the nearest one here.
Okay.
So, and okay, just do that.
That
It's
connects.
a 15 to hit. Okay. We'll do the damage for that. Oh, I'm going to rage also.
Okay.
So I add +2 to this. So I'm raging. Okay, so 7.
After thud is Woodlos.
Oh, and I'm going to step back after that. So I'm kind of behind cover then, in case it has some kind of breath weapon or something.
Sounds good. Go ahead, Woodlos.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try the same thing. I'm gonna like move to here, throw a javelin, and then move back.
Okay.
Actually, a little. I will move back less because I moved farther.
Okay.
But
You connect.
20 to hit
Mm-hmm.
and 5 damage.
Got it. Then
And I
Kraylin, your turn.
Like that.
All right. If I move up to here, this is not rough terrain where we're at, is that right?
You're right.
Just the stairs.
Just the
Okay.
stairs.
I do have a question about that. Since would this be considered mountain terrain?
It is mountain terrain.
So, if we're traveling for more than an hour, it no longer is difficult terrain for the group. Yeah, while traveling for an hour or more in your chosen terrain, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
Yeah, that applies to the overland aspects of travel, not the combat. Yeah.
Tom, from here, because of the angle, is the further constrictor snake still 30 feet out?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. I'll do my nature channel divinity. Charm animals and plants. Wisdom save, or they're friendly to me and others I designate.
14 wisdom save. Got them. They are friendly.
Wait, what
Does that
happened?
affect both of them or just one?
Both of them failed.
Each beast, plant, creature that can see you is charmed. They
Okay.
ends if they take damage. They're friendly to you and others you designate. And I assume you designate your friends.
Yeah. Were there
And
3 of them?
There were 3 of them. Luckily, it can see you even though you couldn't see it.
Okay.
There's one more that's come slithering down this tunnel.
Okay.
I
Just
speak
behind
parcel
us.
Evil.
So the snakes all kind of gather around and watch Kraylin and you pass by safely. You look over, you glance over at their nest as you go passing by them, and you don't see any treasure down there.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
well
maybe,
done.
like,
Excellent.
Okay, so
They're lucky I didn't do anything about them.
you're almost to the base of the mountain when you come to one more dead end before your final arrival at the base. So let's do that one more dead end real quick.
We're almost at the base of the mountain?
Yeah, you're almost at the base. So this maze that you're traversing is just to get to the mountain. It's all around the base of the mountain. So you guys come to here, and I need a little marching order as you squeeze through a 5-foot wide opening. So whoever wants to be front can be right here.
All right,
I
I'll be
would-
second then.
I was gonna say I would go close to the front just because I'm like I am good at mountains.
So we have
In that wording,
the two
specifically.
barbarians in front.
Yeah.
Is that right?
The-
Yeah.
the
As you're
dwarf
squeezing your way
behind.
through the narrow tunnel, you hear the sound like of a carrot snapping off, like someone's biting the end off of a carrot. And you
gross.
come into a chamber where you see a couple of figures. There's a guy dressed in a haphazard assortment of warm weather clothes, and he is kind of like sitting in front of another guy behind him, and that guy behind him is dressed in also in a motley assortment of clothes, some of it kind of noble in aspect, and a lot of it not appropriate for mountain survival. The weird thing is it's got some like super gaudy looking orange gloves that it's wearing. And this guy, he was doing something. He was reaching out. He's like, his back was to you, this guy here. And you couldn't tell what he was doing exactly, but it's like he was putting something on the guy or something like that. And he quickly turns around and stands up. And I want everyone to make a wisdom insight check for me, please. Woodlos, he's highly nervous. You're not sure why exactly. He glances at you, he glances back at the guy. You kind of follow his gaze, and you see his eyes kind of look at the guy's gloves, his orangish gloves. And he looks back at you, and he says, "Oh my God, are you from Icewind Dale?"
Well, kind of glancing between the two of them, I ask him if he's all right.
I am. Looking to the guy on the right. The guy on the right's dead. Has been for some time from the rigor mortis that looks like it's set in.
Okay.
He's not dressed appropriate. He might have just died from exposure. The guy that's alive, he says, "I came up here with that guy." He nods to the guy that's dead. He funded the expedition, but he got us all killed. Well, he got himself killed, and everyone else in the expedition killed, and I'm the last one left. I just want to get off this mountain.
So then I hold out my my left hand to him, and I say, "Okay, you can come with us." And I motion for him to come towards me.
He does. All right, good. Yeah. I kind of lost. I don't know how to get out of here.
Who was that
Um,
man that was with you?
That's Bernheim Seaglade, a Waterdavian noble. He thought he'd come up here for adventure, find treasures and stuff like that. But a foolhardy fellow he was.
Seaglade.
Yeah, he was not fit for the north.
No, he was not. You can see the guy you're talking to is probably an Icewind Dale native, because he's kind of has that bearing. He's got the same kind of clothes there, although it looks like he's added to his clothing collection, maybe from other members of the expedition, in an attempt to stay bundled up and even warmer than possible. And his skin is...
So I have medicine.
Okay.
I have medicine, so I want to try to heal him, or at least, not heal him, but like tend to his frostbite.
You got
But
it.
I also kind of, since I saw kind of what was weird that was going on with the body, I try to make eyes at the rest of the group to maybe like, while I have him occupied, you guys go.
Oh, gotcha.
Poke around inside there while I'm kind of not restraining him, but
Distracted.
I have
Just
him
keep
busy.
an eye on
Yeah.
him. Keep an eye on him. Yeah.
Well, I'm
okay.
doing like a medicine. I'm like bandaging him and rubbing his hands and stuff like that.
You have no problem distracting him. He does look like a native. He's got weathered skin. He's probably a guide of such. You guys go into the room there and you find this gentleman, Bernheim Seaglade, obviously a dandy from Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the clothes he should have. He's got those bright orange gloves on. When you're looking around the body, you see in the back that there is an ice pick propped up against the wall that he's impaled on.
Oh, so he
Yeah.
didn't die from freezing. He died from a
He was
pick to the
impaled
back.
on an ice pick.
Oh.
You don't know if someone did it, or if he fell on it, or how he got impaled on it.
Oh, not good.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
Does he have anything of value on him?
No. Nothing in any of his pockets.
Any, like a signet ring or a charm that his family
Well,
would recognize?
Taking off his glove, you are startled to see that several of his fingers have been snapped off
Huh.
and are missing.
That was the carrot bite.
What?
Charmaine is gonna like take 2 steps back and or a couple steps back just to and like I'm gonna just quietly pull out my bow and like hold it, not quite draw it, but like just in case.
Gotcha.
I want to.
So these gloves kind of look like maybe his signature glove. They're very godish, right?
They are pretty goddish. It looks like they
Yeah,
might
I'll
have been his. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just take them and put them in my pack. So
Yeah.
if we can send them back to his family.
It looks like one of them had hastily been put back on, probably when you walked in.
Okay.
Right.
Probably to cover up the broken fingers.
Broken off fingers. They're
Broken
completely
off
missing.
fingers.
Yeah, they're missing.
It's an odd popsicle, and I don't like it.
I mean, if I was stuck in a mountain labyrinth and there was a body that would sustain my life, I don't know if we can fault this guy for eating this guy.
But
No,
Did he
but-
murder him, though? That's the
Icewind
question.
But why would he need to impale him on a pike?
That's a fair point.
We're all okay with cannibalism. It's murder. We have an issue with.
We draw a line somewhere.
So I'm helping the guy. I haven't seen anything you guys have done.
Yeah. Are you guys
Alright,
want
yeah,
to confront him about
Yeah,
that?
we'll come back in, and does he have his weapon? I'll say,
No, his blade is
stand
sheathed.
back, sir. Drop your weapon, sir. I have a question for you.
He looks very startled, very scared.
Like I said, I'm rubbing his hands and stuff to try and warm him up. So when Thud says that, I kind of grab onto him.
Yeah, grab
as
and
best I
hold
can.
him. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative, everyone.
Okay.
Every single time.
Thud got a 7. Okay. Avanthi, you're first. Okay, so when he does that, the guy tries to pull his hands away from Woodlos and go for his weapon. He's obviously very skittish and scared, defensive looking, and maybe a little bit crazy. So, what do you want to do, Avanthi?
I think I'd like to pull out my rope and just be like, relax, nothing's gonna happen to you as long as you cooperate, and just start trying to tie him up.
Your choice. Persuasion check with a check or a grapple check.
Okay, let's go with the persuasion check.
Okay, make a charisma persuasion check. DC was 15. I should have said that.
Okay, sure.
So he does not back down. Woodlos,
Yeah, I'm just like trying to put ropes around him, and he's just like, nope.
Woodlos, you'll have to make a grapple check to hold onto his hands if you want to do that and grapple him.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to make a.
Is that
grapple
just
check.
a strength check or an
It
athletics
is
check?
strength versus his dex, probably. So he got a 15. You got an 11.
No, I lose him.
Okay, so he pulls his hands out of your hands.
Breaks free.
That was your grapple check. You can do whatever actions you want to do besides that.
I can do a normal action.
The grapple check was the normal action.
Oh, okay, I can do it like a bonus action and stuff. So I guess I'm gonna try and move back towards the door, even if that provokes a opportunity attack.
Doesn't have a weapon in hand yet, and he doesn't take an attack of opportunity on you. So you are safe. Charmaine,
Yeah, just try to block the door.
You got it. Charmaine, you see that he got his hands away from Woodlos. What do you want to do?
So I was prepared for him to be
You were.
pants. So I already have my bow out, and so I'm going to raise it and draw it and say, "Don't move, or I will shoot you."
Persuasion check with advantage, DC 15.
Ah, good.
Okay, he raises his hands. I had nothing to do with him dying. I just want to get out of here is all.
Can I insight check him to see if he's
Yeah, I had you guys roll an insight check before, so if he's lying or if your insight would have picked up anything, I'll let you know.
Oh, so should
And
I
it's
roll
already
again?
picked some stuff up,
Oh,
like how
okay.
nervous he was about things and everything.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
So you did your persuasion check to stop him. Anything else you want to do?
I'm just gonna keep my bow raised
Okay.
and pointed at him, so in case something else happens.
We'll come out of combat because he's not attacking or anything. So he
Okay.
puts his hands
Oh, okay.
up. He surrenders to you guys, assuming you don't try and tie him up or, or jump on him again.
Oh,
Right.
I can't. Tying him up isn't part of the surrendering.
No, he agrees not to attack.
Okay, drop your weapons. Drop your weapons.
So
He shakes
if
his
you-
head. No.
He's not going to drop his weapon?
No, I guess we better stay in initiative. So Shemaine,
I mean, if you didn't kill him, then how did he just happen to fall on an ice pick back there?
does any of you attack or you let him talk?
Well, let's talk. Let's talk for
Okay,
now.
okay.
Parlay. He's agreed not to
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
So
Yeah, he slipped and he fell on the ice pick. I didn't kill him. I didn't stab him in the back or anything like that. And you
slipped
guys-
and fell on a pick. Very suspicious.
I know, but I promise I had nothing to do with it.
We also noticed the fingers were missing in there. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, you know he.
I'll
you
hold
know,
up his gloves.
You know he knows something about that. The way he looks down. Well, the food was all gone, and I didn't think I was going to get out of here alive. And yeah, so I ate a couple of his fingers.
You sure you didn't kill him so that you could eat him?
No, I did not kill him. He's a water Davian noble. He slipped and he's like he didn't die just walking up here.
I step up and I say to the group, regardless of whether or not he killed that guy, we have. I guess I ask, are you able to make it back on your own? Because we're not going back to Icewind Dale.
If you can tell me how to get out of here, I can. And you can. You guys know
Can
the way
we-
out. You could
We can
tell
draw
the
him
way
like a
out.
crude map.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of explained to the group. I think he suffered enough, so
I greatly
I'm fine
appreciate
just
that.
letting him go back the way he came.
Yeah, if you ever find your way back to East Haven, look me up. He gives you his name, and
What's his name?
his name is Tompkins.
Tompkins.
No relation
Yeah, I don't
to
know
my
if
name.
the rest of the group is fine letting him go, but I am. I
Well,
offer that up.
it's not our mission. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not happy about murdering him. He needs a trial. We're not sure he killed him, but
I'll give him a day's worth of ration
Okay.
as well.
Got it.
I mean, I was only gonna shoot him if he attempted to attack.
Yeah.
So.
right, defense.
Okay.
Avanthi thinks about putting a wrong turn on the map on purpose, but then decides not to.
He thanks you profusely for saving his life from this maze he was stuck in. He says if you ever get to East Haven, look him up. His name's Tompkins. He's a guide there. He takes various odd jobs, but usually it's to help expeditions, hopefully more profitable than the last one he was on.
Charmaine's gonna, whisper to, pull on Avanthi's, sleeve and be like, not a very good guide, huh?
Okay, so Tompkins leaves you guys to basically go up the mountain now. You have found the base of the mountain. Scaling the mountain is going to require some group athletics checks. We'll do this one at a time with the mountaineer types going first. So does anyone have training in, or does anyone have a climber's kit?
Yes.
If you have a
Yes.
climber's kit, move your token up
You're
one
all
square. If you have a climber's kit and you're trained in athletics, move up a square. Another square. Okay. Well, Thud, why don't you go first? Make an athletics check, DC 16 with advantage.
With advantage, okay. This one, first roll. Nope. Second roll.
You are successful.
17.
I'm going
Okay.
to level you guys out here. Charmaine, you have advantage because of Climber's Kit and Mountaineering and all that good stuff. So DC 16 athletics. Boom.
I think it worked out.
We're good. The rest of you
So
all have
we're-
Climber's Kit, so you all have advantage. Who wants to go next?
Suppose I will.
Go ahead.
14.
Team doesn't make it. One of the two of you remaining needs to make it. Don't forget your inspiration if you want to use it. Woodlos, you're next.
Okay. It's an athletics check.
It's athletics. DC 16.
You know, considering we have to get 3 successes,
Yep, just one more. The two of you have to make it.
I will use my inspiration just to be safe.
Okay.
Well, I have a climber's kit. Don't I get advantage anyway?
Oh, you have an advantage anyway, yeah.
Alright, so then I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do an athletics check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Avanthi's next.
Oh no.
Don't mess it up.
Oh,
I messed it up, guys.
She messed it up. Okay, so you guys scale the mountain eventually, but there's several mishaps where a rope slips and you fall and, you know, like come to a screeching halt at the end of the rope that's remaining. Some of you trigger some rock falls and others of you and things like that, but you eventually make it up. But in the process of making it up, you take some bludgeoning damage. So we'll start with Thud. Thud, you take 4 bludgeoning. Graylin, you take 10 bludgeoning.
Oh my gosh.
With those, you take 6 bludgeoning. Charmaine, you take 11 bludgeoning. And Avanthi, you take 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to the peak of the mountain. A little worse for wear, but when you get up there, you see a tiny Chewinga perched atop Mount Shatterglass, scanning Icewind Dale with one of its mini spyglasses. It has a blank white mask with a single black dot in the center, and it wears several pairs of goggles around its neck. As you approach, it skitters behind a pile of snow, then pops up a second later with a set of binoculars to scan you guys. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go. Oh my god, he's so cute. Hi.
I think his name is Zappa. Call him Zappa.
Hi, Zappa. You are the cutest thing ever.
Did somebody bring the, this is the one that wanted the spyglass, right?
That's right.
Who has the spyglass?
I'm
We'll
gonna
assume one of
go.
you
You're
does.
the cutest thing ever. We have a present for you from Old Goat.
Okay, he comes over carefully, he examines the device, and then clicks his heels together and bestows upon all of you the charm of Sappa Everwatching, which will come in handy at a future date. So you got 1 charm successfully gained. You descend down the mountain back through the maze and can continue on your trek toward the west.
Okay. Zappa.
You'll arrive in the civilization of East Haven, where you do not find Tompkins when you search for him.
He's a dirty liar.
Well, maybe he didn't make it back.
Or he died.
Yeah,
Can we ask around if anybody knows Tompkins?
you can, but you don't have any success with that. Either his
All right.
description or his name.
Because he's a dirty liar. Who may
And you
be
guys spend the night there in East Haven and get an extended rest in. So go ahead and
Oh, thank
up-
goodness.
up all your hit points
I've-
to max.
I've never been more happy to see civilization.
We'll take a quick break here. We're 21 after
Oh,
the
okay,
hour.
thanks.
Let's take a break until 30 after the hour.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so on to Goodmead, I assume, next. That's the closest one to East Haven.
Which one? Which two do we have left? The one.
Yes. Goodmead was
Goodmead
Nice.
and Dugan's Hole.
Goodmead is where we need to try to get
Gear.
gear for the singing guy. Yeah, singing gear, singing gear for the gear.
I said when
And
that
then lower the
project
Timothy
song,
Dugan's
man.
Hole, but he's the tough one to find, right?
Yeah,
Right. Okay, so here's Goodmead. If you zoom way in, you can see the town of Goodmead, just down the shore of the Red Waters from East Haven. So the next morning you head that direction. And as you travel there, gray clouds above begin to darken, and an impending blizzard is coming.
Fabulous.
The right side of the road is lined by the evergreen trees, and the left side by the frozen red waters. You're approaching Goodmead when you see a fur trapper emerge from the spindly evergreens of the forest. He's dragging an empty sled behind him. The vaguely human-shaped bundle of winter clothing hollers in your direction. Says, "A storm's coming. Better get into town." He then continues trudging through the snow toward the warm glow of the town's Mead Hall.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
all right. We'll pick up our pace.
Mm-hmm.
The town's central feature is its two-story Mead Hall. You can hear buzzing sounds coming from it as you get close. They keep bees there, you've heard. Are any of you trained in history?
No.
No,
I am.
Kraylin, you know that Goodmead was founded by immigrants from Chult, and that they brought with them trophies of the beasts that roam their homeland, in the form of hollowed-out drinking horns. Today, the people of Goodmead continue to honor their ancestors in times of revelry, though there's few dinosaurs here. Instead, they boast of their kills with drinking horns from Yeti horns or mammoth tusks, etc. The town's less ambitious folk opt to make elaborate clay mugs engraved with pictographic stories. So you share that with the party as you're approaching the Mead Hall. The Mead Hall has an upright flaming sword, the symbol of Tempest, Lord of Battles, carved above the doors.
Charmaine's gonna be like, we're supposed to like find someone named Jordan, right? Like, he had something to do with the Goodmead Meadery, right?
That is correct.
Maybe.
Do you want to ask a person around town as you walk up to it, or you want to wait till you get inside the Mead Hall?
Either works.
Either works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, let's ask around town.
Yeah, you stop a passerby, a good-natured fellow, says, Jordan. That sounds familiar. I think one of the beekeepers might
While
be
he's thinking, I asked him.
Go ahead.
I wanted to know if Jordan was a dwarf.
No. Few dwarves here, and I don't know any named Jordan. But I think there's a beekeeper named Jordan. You probably find him in the Mead Hall.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I remind everybody about the dwarf we found in that ice cavern with the Mephrites.
I do think if we can find that company, like, name around here somewhere, we should probably inform them.
Meadery.
Yeah. Okay. The company is basically synonymous with the Mead Hall. So, if you inform whoever's in charge inside the Mead Hall, you've done your due diligence there.
Cool, let's do that.
Okay, going inside. The hall's walls are lined with casks of mead, with animal hides, and a handful of mounted trophies, including one, the imposing head of a Remraz, which you're all too familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
The ceiling is 20 feet above you and is supported by thick wooden beams. The bees are normally kept in separate chambers, but it looks like there's a hive over one of the tables. And there's a few bees buzzing about the place, but people pay them no mind. There's a warrior, a barbarian, maybe a raghead glacier barbarian, you're not sure, who is blonde-haired, a mountain of a man, laughing and taking swigs of golden mead from a curved drinking horn. In his other hand, he has another mug, brimming also with foaming mead, or beer. And he's standing up on a wooden bench which bows under the weight of his muscular, bare-chested frame, and he's singing over the droning bees between the lengthy gulps that he's taking. He's singing a song, dig it up, dig it up, dig it up, duty. I hear the fishing's great. And he keeps on singing. And it goes on and on, many verses. So you see him there, and you look around the Mead Hall, and you see several other figures. They seem kind of sullen-eyed. I mean, of course, the times aren't good here in Icewind Dale. There's some hunters, some fishers, some guards. There's, of course, the boisterous warrior singing. There is a sulking beekeeper at a nearby table, and a dwarf brewer behind the counter. All right. Everyone kind of looks at you when you walk in out of the cold, the snow blowing in the door. You shut the door behind you. What do you want to do?
Sullen beekeeper?
Yeah, you see a sullen beekeeper. You want to go talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll accompany Charmaine when she goes over there.
Okay. Charmaine and Woodlos mosey on over to the sullen beekeeper. He's wearing a beekeeping outfit, and he's kind of watching this guy singing with kind of a glare in his eyes, like he's not happy with the guy that's doing all the singing. And he's distracted as you walk up, and he says, hello. Who are you?
Well, I'm Charmaine. Are you perchance Jordan?
Yeah, my name's Jordan. How did you know my name?
We got your name. Oh gosh, from One Feather, I believe. Is who we got?
Old goat?
Old goat.
Dawnbreaker, I think, or
Dawnbearer.
Dawnbearer.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker. Yeah.
Dawnbearer, yeah.
Dawnbearer. We got your name from Dawnbearer. We found some of your stuff. Right, we found a letter of his from his mom.
You did.
I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So, so we found this, and then...
You found it? I heard that the caravan had been destroyed.
Well... It did. I'm sorry.
But you made it out alive?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, at that I interject, we found it. We weren't with the
Yeah,
caravan.
we weren't in the caravan. It was found.
Gotcha.
So, yes, but we have it, and then Dawnbreaker said that you were here.
Oh,
so
I'd love to see it. Can we open it up?
I give him the letter.
All right. He pores over the letter. You can see a little bit of tears well up. He probably misses his family. It's been a long time. And he looks over all the stuff that you brought that was in the care package, and he says, "Thank you so much for bringing this to me. I haven't seen Dawnbearer in a long time. Also, it'd be great to see them again. Is there anything I can do for you?"
Yes. Do you perchance have a good song, maybe some pottery, and or like a cool mug?
Well, he points to the big barbarian. He took my mug.
What? You just took it?
He
without
just took
asking?
it. If you take it back, you can have it for sure.
On it.
Okay.
Let me handle this. Handle this.
And yeah, I can write down the words for a song for you.
Oh yeah, I'd love it if you wrote down a song for me.
Okay, he does. So he gives you the words to Dig It Up Duty. Most popular song currently in all of 10 towns.
Oh, that's a shame.
Which the barbarian is singing at the
This
top of his lungs.
I was actually going to go to the barbarian and say, "Teach me your song, and
Yeah.
I'll refill your mead."
So Jordan is telling them the song. Who's going to go talk to the barbarian?
I'll talk to the barbarian, brother.
Okay.
You want to come with me, other barbarian?
No, but I think Avanti's going over, and I'm going to follow her.
Let me get everyone together here. Charmaine's talking to your friend, and everyone who's going to go talk to the barbarian, move up a square.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll slap a guidance on whoever is doing the bulk of the talking.
Gotcha. It'd probably be Avanti. She's the most persuasive. Unless they're using intimidation, then I'm not sure who it is.
Well, I let who was it that just tried to?
I'm gonna arm
and
wrestle him
offered to
for the
refill?
mug. I'm gonna refill his mugs, and then I'm gonna offer to arm wrestle him for the mug.
Okay. Well, you will not beat me, but I will certainly give it over. What do you have to put up for the bid or for the wager?
What's a good? What do we think the value of these mugs is? 10 gold or something?
Maybe 5 gold.
5 gold. Okay, I'll put up 5 gold.
Oh, his eyes get big. And of course, you got guidance on. Oh, it went on Avanthi. Kraylin, you can put it back on Woodlos though, if you like. I mean, on Thud, if you like.
Yeah, I'll throw it on Thud.
So Thud squared off against this barbarian. Avanthi, you want to do anything?
Can I be like, okay, well, while you guys are arm wrestling, I can at least get you another round at the bar, and can I actually like take the mug that's up for?
Yep.
To do that?
Yeah. So win or lose, you're gonna have the mug in your possession.
You're just gonna walk out with it.
And finally, Woodlos, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stand and watch the spectacle of this arm wrestling match.
Okay, Thud. You have guidance. Do you want to use inspiration when you make your roll?
Can I rage also? Because that would give me advantage on a strength check.
Yeah, you can rage.
Okay. So I will just rage. Instead of wasting my inspiration, I'll just get angry.
The maddest arm wrestler they've seen a good meet in quite a long time.
Yes.
He might rage back. You gotta watch out.
Okay. He's a barbarian. He can do
Okay,
that.
so advantage strength check, and you have guidance if you need it.
Okay, there's a 17. Let's see if I do any better with the second one. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Do you want to add a guidance to that?
Yeah, so it's,
Okay,
well,
another
it's
D4.
it'd be a 30.
Another D4. 27. Okay. He can't beat you with a 27. You smash his arm right down on the table, break the table. The dwarf looks at you and shakes his head. Barkeep. And meanwhile, Avanthi's already back with the party with the mug. And you look for the mug, you don't see it anywhere, you're starting to almost get mad. But Avanthi's,
where's the bug? Where's the bug?
Avanthi's sipping out of the mug.
Okay, good. You hold that for me. I'll buy him another mead anyway because he was good sport.
Well, that's good. It's good that you did that because as you go to leave, with him being furious and mad, you remember the blizzard has come down upon the village, and you're all stuck here together.
Okay.
Oh.
So good that you smooth things out in the end there. Jordan shares with you all the information he knows about what's going on here. He came up here to try and make a living. It's not really going that well. He probably is going to go back the first chance he gets. Bjorn, you find out, is a brave warrior in Goodmead's militia. He's not a outsider barbarian. But you guys hear that a story of a Vergbeeg attack that he was wounded in. The speaker was killed, and he was with the speaker when it happened, when the Vergbees attacked the speaker.
Vergbees? How do you spell that?
Verbeeg.
I think they're like a giant. They're like a
They're kind of a small giant, yeah. Maybe about 10 feet tall or so.
Small giant.
Real Sparrow was like a father to me, Bjorn says. The dwarf you see behind the counters sipping on some honey. He's like dipping his spoon into a honey jar and, kind of just taking some free hits from the company, so to speak. He's the one you can share what you saw about the deliveries that were destroyed.
Can I walk up to him and be like, my man, can I get a spoonful of that honey, please?
He gives you a spoonful of honey.
Yes.
I want one.
He dishes out a spoonful of honey for everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, so the time passes pretty well. If you think you drank a lot, up to you. You can make a Constitution saving throw. DC 10 to not be poisoned. If you think you kept it in moderation, you don't need to make the save. You're good.
No, I'm definitely.
Nah, I'm in moderation.
Okay.
Did you say folks actually had like music going on in here or anything like that?
Well, they're singing. Everyone's taking turns singing.
I definitely failed my con throw.
Okay, so you'll be poisoned for a couple hours. As
What
you
was
go.
the? What was the? I made a 15 to
It's
say.
a
I
10.
definitely
10.
drank.
It's a 10.
Oh, okay. I definitely drank. I can handle this stuff. It's not bad.
So poison condition until you recover is disadvantage on checks and attacks.
Woodlos.
As you
But I have reckless attack, so I'll cancel out the.
you stagger around. Okay, so finally, the weather breaks, and you can head off into the forest to find this Chewinga, drunk, as you go. Just north of
And
Good
we
Mead,
learned the song, so we know the song.
you
well.
have a song. Yep, you all know the song.
Okay.
You have a
Song
We
mug
brought a song and a mug.
and a mug. Just
We're
north of
gonna
Good Mead
do-
lies a
They're
thicket.
gonna have to part with that, Avanti.
Yeah, a thicket of
Oh,
snow-covered pines, and you find a squat, three-tiered igloo resting in the clearing. There's dozens of clay mugs dangling from the igloo, suspended by stiff twine attached to nearby evergreens. There's a steady rhythmic buzz emanating from a small opening in the base of the igloo. So, to lure the Chewinga out, you'll have to sing him a song. And this is going to be another group check. And whoever offers the mug, so you can decide who that's going to be whenever you want, they will get advantage automatically.
Who's
So,
got the best charisma?
performance. Who's the best at performance?
Performance. Yeah.
I have +2, but I'm not proficient.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, those
I
two
have
are
0.
+2. 0. Anyone better than
But I-
+2 or 0?
For
Nope.
what it's worth, I am proficient with a drum,
Oh, nice.
so I
You
could
can-
provide a
To lay
beat.
down a beat.
So that's an assist, right? Could that be an assist?
Well, you guys sing on your own, so you could assist someone else, or you could assist yourself, your choice.
Let's see.
So, Avanti, you want to go first?
Sure.
Do you want to use the
So
drum
just-
to help yourself or someone else?
I'll use it to help someone else.
Okay. Do you want to use your inspiration or the mug to get an advantage?
The mug.
The mug.
I
Okay.
assumed I was still holding it.
Yeah, you put the mug up there. You'll have advantage on a charisma performance check.
Okay.
DC is 13.
Damn, Jesus. Okay,
Oh,
stop pardon my language.
Avanti loses the beat halfway through, forgets Dig It Up Doogie's words. Charmaine, your turn.
Okay. I will take out the piece of paper that I wrote Dig It Up Duty on,
Mm-hmm.
and I will do a little dance while I'm singing it. It might not be great, but I'm doing my best.
Mm-hmm.
And where is it? Performance.
Do you want to use inspiration? Well, I guess
Yeah.
not.
No.
I guess not.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
You're good. Woodlos, your turn.
Okay, I still have disadvantage, right? 'Cause I'm
You do.
poisoned.
You do.
So I'm gonna use my inspiration
Okay.
to.
Would you prefer me to do the drum beat for you?
Given your, fine. Given your performance, I would say no, but yeah, let's do it.
So Woodlos
wasn't using the
powers
drum
through
beat
the
on my
words,
performance.
slurring as he goes. It'll be a straight up check, Woodlos.
Okay, was it performance you said?
Yeah, charisma performance. Boom. Nails it.
That drum beat. Fire.
Okay,
Under my breath,
Kraylin.
I'm like, damn, I should have done this for myself.
Starts melting the igloo a little.
You can use guidance if you want to, Kraylin.
All right, I will use guidance, but not inspiration. Probably
Okay.
to my downfall.
No, you made it.
Use guidance.
Thud, go ahead and make a roll just to see how you did.
All right. No, I would have failed.
Good thing Kraylin made it. All right.
I don't sing so good.
After you all serenade the little igloo, the singing gear comes out. You see a little Chewinga with a striped oval mask adorned with two large white ears. He's got a pair of wings fashioned from pine needles and tree sap. And he hums along with a kazoo.
I am going to punch Albert, or not Albert. I'm going to punch Woodlos in the arm and go. He's so.
I was about to say I'm gonna try to physically restrain you from squealing too hard.
He dances around, shaking snow and ice off of the trees and rocks and everything nearby, making a nice little cloud of ice. He bounces about all of you throughout its performance, which is mimicking your performance, and bestows upon each of you the charm of seeing gear. All right, well done. You got 2 out of 3 now. So, the same day you can head on to Dugan's Hole. It's just a short distance away.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta ask the locals though. So we gotta
Right.
go to yeah.
Yeah, Dugan's Hole, they don't know how you would find this Chewinga Lore the Timid. He's a reclusive spirit that dwells among the 20 stones of Thrune. So as you're approaching Dugan's Hole, you can see the aforementioned 20 stones of Thrune on a low hill on the far side of town. They're laid out in about a rectangular format with a single stone in the center, and they're each about 10 feet tall. As you're approaching town, you see that the dreary, dark gray clouds are still hanging overhead. It's getting darker as it's drawing toward night. It's eerily quiet here, save for the crunch of snow underfoot as the occasional fisher heads back out to the lake from after the blizzard. There's a cluster of squat, steeply sloped residences ahead, including a modest fish house and a meager boarding house called the Lake Inn. Okay, so if you are trained in history or if you're trained in nature, you can make an intelligence check.
Sure.
And I can see if you know anything special about the Stones of Thrune. Kraylin does. Okay, Kraylin. You can share some more info. So the townsfolk here maintain that the 20 Stones of Thrune existed before the town's founder, who was Dugan Dubrace. The town popped up around his famous fishing spot on the shore of frozen Redwater's Lake. Scholars from all over Faerun make academic pilgrimages to study the black monoliths. Though no one knows for sure, researchers speculate that the 20 Stones of Thrune are an ancient temple to a long-forgotten god, or the prison of a terrifying beast. So, the people of Dugan's Hole. There's very few about, but you could run one down. Who would like to talk to him?
I'd ask.
I'll definitely trot along with Charmaine.
Okay, Charmaine. You come up to the first person, a fisherman heading back out to fish. What do you say to him?
Go, hey, excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt. I know you're probably busy. But do you, perchance, know anything about Lore the Timid, the little Chewinga guy?
He shakes his head. Quit your yapping. You're going to scare off the trout. He turns and he heads towards the shore. You look around, you see another person scraping some ice off of a window of one of the buildings. You want to go talk to them?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to lower my volume
Okay.
and go, hi, sorry to interrupt. Do you know anything about, like, a little Chewinga dude named Lore the Timid? Like, it's okay if you don't, but it'd be really cool if you did.
And I'm not trying to scare the fish.
I'm busy. Go bother someone at the inn, he says to
Can
you.
I? Okay.
You turn and look and you can see the inn behind you. And it looks like it's just dark. There's no one there. But then
Can
you
I
see,
go persuade this dude to talk to me?
maybe you can keep trying, but you do see the inn behind you and you see someone walking into it.
Oh, okay. If there's a person going into the inn, I will go ask them. But
Okay.
if there was no one in there, I would have
Yeah.
been like, okay, rude, but
So after being rebuked a couple times, you head to intercept this individual heading into the inn. He is a man probably in his mid-40s or so, bundled up like everyone else here. And he turns to look upon your group and he says, well met, travelers. Who are you?
hi, I'm Charmaine. These are my friends. You guys can introduce yourselves. Maybe, perchance, do you happen to know about a little Chewinga guy named Lore the Timid, maybe?
He cocks his head sideways a little bit. Says, well, come with me. He turns around and he unlocks the doors to the inn. And he heads on inside. He says, please make yourselves comfortable as he stokes up a fire. As he's stoking up
Definitely.
the fire, he makes conversation with y'all. Everyone make a wisdom insight check to see if anything you might pick up during the conversation. Kraylin might.
Nope.
Looking for thud. Okay. Alright, well, Kraylin, just as you knew before, can pick up pretty much what everyone's thinking. It's a little spooky, really. The man introduces himself as Curl Siegler. Curl, he lives in a small one-story house on the western side of town, and he's kind of taking care of the inn, as the innkeeper's been gone for a while, and no one knows what happened to them. So he lights a fire here, and starts working on a fish stew, getting all sorts of seasonings and stuff. You see the fish he puts into it are pretty sparse of any meat. It's more like fish bone stew that he's making. He takes off his coat, and he pours you all a warm drink. Does anyone want tea? He asks. If not, I've got mead here.
I'll take a tea after my last drinking
Oh,
adventure.
yes.
I'd
I
prefer
will-
tea too.
Mead for me, thank you.
Mead, good. He nods approvingly. I've always enjoyed the rich taste of the honey wine. But here's a cup of steaming black tea as well. So, Kraylin, you said it was. You're kind of a mountain of a man. Where do you come from?
A small tribe far to the south.
How far to the south? Like past the spine of the world?
Yes.
That's far south. Well, what makes you come here?
I'm on a journey to better attune with nature, and I must go to the furthest reaches of the most treacherous places where Mother Nature sinks her fangs.
You certainly found it.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for him, Kraylin?
Yeah, if he knows anything about the stones of Thrune.
Okay. You can tell pretty easily that maybe he does, and he deflects that. He seems a little suspicious of your whole group. And it seems like he's kind of prodding you for information before sharing any of his own. He says...
Is he? Oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if he was familiar with the Galaga clan.
Yeah.
I made it through.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Goliaths live in the
Goliath.
mountains far to the east. A giant dragon was slain right there, right?
Yes.
Wow. You've been there?
Yeah, they're really nice.
Huh. That is
Wait,
interesting. He quizzes you like all sorts of questions about the Thunlakalaga clan. As he continues to prep your meal, you notice one thing. He has a satchel with him that he set down nearby. And a dog also comes padding out of a back room. Looks like he takes care of the dog, who probably lived at the inn too. So he gets the dog some food. The satchel, you can't help but notice, has some papers in it. Looks like letters. And the top one is addressed to Dad. You can't see who it's from. It starts out saying, "School's going well," and then you can't see any more of it inside the satchel. Let's see here. He's poured you drinks. He's asked you some questions. He's seasoning the stew. So he looks at the dwarf. He says, "Your hair, was it always that color?"
Oh, no, I was a redhead until I was like 12, and then, some face stuff happened, and now it's this.
Face stuff, like, did you go to another plane?
Yeah, so I was playing with this, like, cool golden ball that my dad made, and then I kind of dropped it in a pool and fell in and nearly drowned. But, this fae took my ball, but then let me live, so, like, win-win, I guess.
That's interesting. Do you have any questions for him, Charmaine?
Why do you ask?
I was just wondering if you had a question.
Oh,
He didn't ask you that.
why did he ask that her hair about her hair?
Oh,
Is
why do you
why
ask
do
that
you
the hair's
ask?
blue? I'm curious. none of the dwarves have blue hair here. I didn't know if that was something special, something magical that happened to you. It's very interesting.
Yeah, definitely magical. I mean, but it's like pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. You can't help but notice, as he's like worked on the stew and stuff, he's got a necklace, and you catch the holy symbol of some human deity. You nudge the clerics and the people who have religion skill, and you point out to them, and they whisper back to you that it is of the god Amonitor, which is the god of the sun. So he might be a priest to the god of the sun. Okay, Avanthe. He looks at Avanthe, who is obviously Fae, and he says, "Are you from a different plane?"
You better believe it. And I like throw back the hood of my cloak and like shake out my voluminous pink hair. And you would not believe how completely oppositely different it is from here. The trees, 300 feet tall.
Wow.
The foliage, non-stop green. Waterfalls, warmth, sunlight, abounding magic. It's paradise.
He is enthralled and asks you all sorts of questions about the place. Do you have any questions for him?
Well, mostly I think I would just want to stress I guess maybe that would lead into how dire the plight of the Goliath clan that's been sheltering us has been.
Yeah,
and
tell me about
how and well they've been ravaged by potentially a sentient evil owl bear, and our mission right now is on their behalf, and boy would it help if we had Chewinga help. We've already visited 2 and they've given us their blessings.
Really? He quizzes you about the 2. Asks you some really detailed questions, like he knows a lot about Chewinga. And then he goes on to...
I'm going to tell him everything that I saw because they were so cute that I am obsessed.
He smiles. He's warming up to you guys all. He definitely... you can tell he feels the same about Chewinga. Woodlos. He looks at Woodlos. You are human, right?
Yes.
And not Reghead, or are Reghead?
No.
Not Reghead. So you look like not a Reghead barbarian, but not from the civilized lands. Where are you from?
South of Lurkwood.
Lurkwood. Where's Lurkwood?
It's kind of shrugged. South of here.
Well, do you have any questions for him?
This whole time I've been sweating because I know I don't have anything nearly as interesting to say as Charmaine and Avanthe and the others. So, I probably don't. I'm probably
No
just kind of
questions.
tongue-tied and mumbling.
He looks at you with those. He looks at you, Thud. Are you two from the same tribe?
No, we don't know each other. I'm from the spine of the world. I was
Oh.
raised around here.
Reghead? Wolf Clan?
No, Wolf Clan.
Wolf Clan. Oh, wow.
But I'm trying to bring them around. I know they're not well liked in this area.
He feeds you all your fish stew. It's finally done. It's a little more than well-seasoned broth. Well, I apologize for the lack of meat. Life is full of sacrifices now. You seem to be making great sacrifices to help these Goliaths. As soon as you finish the stew, I have something I want to show you. And so you all sit and drink your stew and ask more questions back and forth. And then he says, bundle up. And he puts his coat on, and his snowshoes on, and his gloves on, and his scarf on, and his mittens on, and his hat on, and a coat on, another coat, and then heads on out the door with you guys in trail. He heads up the hillside to the 20 stones of Thrun. They're 20 great granite megaliths forming an equilateral triangle. There's one right in the center. They're all 10 feet tall, very mysterious. The wind is cold and icy and howling up here. He pulls out of his satchel a piece of paper with a picture on it of a monolith. He takes a rock and sets it down beside the central pillar, weighs it down with the rock so it doesn't blow away. And then he waits. And you wait. And he waits. And it's cold. And the wind is howling. And frostbite's nipping at your nose and at your ears and at your fingertips. When finally you catch a glimpse of something moving. Amongst the standing stones, a little thing darts between two of them. And then you see a little 6-inch tall figure with a vaguely wolf-shaped mask with 8 pairs of dots running along its snout.
Charmaine is cold, but it's gonna go.
It comes running
Yeah,
over
like-
to Curl and hugs
Or
his
maybe
leg.
we'll try to have her hand over your mouth.
Then the Chewinga scuttles up the central standing stone, stands on top of it, raises his mouth to the sky, and lets out a meek, melodic howl, bestowing the charm of Lure the Timid upon the whole party, and just as quickly disappears into the central stone. Curl turns and looks at you, all kind of in amazement, and says, "There must be something very important you're doing. I wish you luck." And now you have the charm of all 3 of the Chewinga.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
Before we leave, I'm gonna go. Thank you, Laura. You're so cute.
All right. So you bundle up and spend the night in the inn there. The next morning you can head back to the Goliath clan with the charms of the Chewinga. It's kind of a long journey. It'll take a couple days to get back. As you're leaving Dugan's Hole behind in the morning, you hear a faint howl in the distance behind you.
Ruh-roh.
A howl like the
Like the little
Chewinga howl?
like the little Chewinga howl, yeah.
Oh, okay. He's
Okay.
calling.
You travel back through East Haven. Again, no sign of Tompkins. And then on up into the mountains. And as you're going through the mountains, there's one place where you are going through a mountain pass to get to the Wyrmdoom Crag. And you have to pass through some caves. And as you're doing that, something's going to happen. So, if you cast any spells normally each day, like Mage Armor or such, or Aid or such, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'll cast Aid on myself and the 2 barbarians.
You and the 2 barbarians. Okay, so each of you guys get 5 more to your current and max hit points. So that is up to 50 out of 50.
Nice.
Kraylin is 40 out of 40, and Woodlos is 40 out of 40.
I'm gonna spend them immediately.
Nice thing about the aid spell is that your maximum's gone up as well, so you can be healed back up to it, which is nice.
Oh, neat.
Does that last all day?
It lasts 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Movie on the map here. It's going to be the same map we were using earlier, just a slightly different section, not connected at all to where you were before, for your reference. So, you've done this trip a number of times before, and it's beautiful, if a little disconcerting, the passage that you're heading through, because it comes to an opening between mountain peaks, and there's like stone arch bridges that span between cave mouths in this space between the mountain peaks. The wind howls here, and the drop-offs are dizzying in scope, and that's where you're at in your travel. Okay. So you're traveling from where you're at right here, and whoever's in front can be where I put Thud, and then everyone else is back behind him this way, up the passageway that way. You're traveling from there, you're going to cross over this arch, over this arch, over this arch, and you're going to the cave mouth over here to get onto the Wyrmdoom Crag.
Is this icy or
No, not icy.
slippery or anything?
Not icy,
Muddy?
not especially slippery.
Oh, okay.
And this is a drop of, maybe 100 feet down to
Oh, okay.
rocks below.
Okay.
This is a great big pillar that goes up about 30 feet, so it blocks line of sight. This is just a little stone that's about 4 feet high or so it doesn't really block line of sight for you. Neither does this one. The rest of these, this is actually the edge of the mountain where you're coming out, so you're coming out of a cave mouth where you're at there. It's open to the sky above, though, out here. Okay.
Okay. So we don't need light. So
We don't need light, no.
Mhm.
When you get there, you see movement around that big pillar ahead. And a menacing, snowy owlbear with black ice claws comes into view. The thing stands over 10 feet tall and roars over the howling winds, hot breath emanating from the fearsome beak in a cloud of winter fog. It then growls menacing words toward you. Do any of you speak giant?
I do.
I do.
Yes, I do.
It says, "Nowhere left to run. Your flesh is mine." And attacks. So roll initiative, everyone.
I let Charmaine and Avanthi know he wants to eat us.
Oh, not good. Not good.
I'm gonna be like, look, he's really cute because he's super fluffy, but also I'm gonna kill him.
Okay, everyone's got their initiative. That's good. I'm going to add a couple more initiatives for some legendary actions, because I know you don't want me to forget those.
Well, I mean,
Never.
Okay. These are going to go right after Kraylin. Oh, and then they're going to reset right away. So it'll be after Charmaine, those, and then after Avanthi after that. Okay. Okay, so this thing's got sharp, strong talons. You don't think you could push it off of any of these edges, even with like a spell that pushes. And you don't think you guys are in any particular danger. You've been across this before. It's not super icy at all. But if you were to fall off, it's a long, long way down. That's it. Kraylin, you are first act. What do you want to do, Kraylin?
Oh, let me think. I will. We fought this thing before, right?
You did. Yeah, it attacked you, decimated you, and then disappeared as fast as it arrived.
Okay. You know what? Let me do a spike growth.
Okay. How big an area is that?
20-foot radius centered on a point.
Okay. You can drag a spell token out. Maybe this guy here. Put that where you want it. I'm going to draw it with another thing just to make it so it's a little easier to see through.
Yeah, I think.
I'll do a brown. There we go. Is that good?
Yeah, I'm just. Will that avoid where Thud is at?
It would.
yes.
Well, I guess we want a little breathing room, right?
Okay. So spikes.
Can we stand on this the rock just south of Thud?
Yeah, you could climb up onto that. Easily.
Okay.
It's just difficult terrain to stand up on top of it.
Okay, sure, that's
You good with
fine.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, spikes erupt up out of the stone all around the owlbear, so it can see them. Click that spike growth button for me, please, Kraylin, so I can see what that spell does. And then finish your move where you want.
Spike growth.
Okay. Difficult terrain. Move into or within. Take 2d4 piercing per 5 feet. Look natural. If can't see area, add time cast. So everyone knows it's there. You also get cast. Okay. And it's 2d4 damage per 5 feet you move through it. So, the owlbear. Are you all done, Kraylin, before I go?
I'll that's concentration, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm done. Or
Okay.
I'll back up just a bit.
Okay. Well, that was well timed. As the bear with a legendary action breathes a cone of cold and ice shards that strike Charmaine and Thud and Woodlos, but not Kraylin because he got out of the way just in time. So here comes the breath weapon from the thing. It is, holy cow, that's the wrong guy. Hold on just a second. I grabbed the very strong guy, not the regular guy. Edit. I think it's only supposed to be 2d8 for strong. Owlbear, strong. Breath. Yep, 2d8. Okay, so let me fix that real quick. Plus, I also rolled almost max, so you guys are going to get a real double bonus for that. Okay, here's its real breath weapon. 12 points of slashing cold damage to the three of you. DC 13 con save for half.
Okie dokie. Bloop.
Ooh.
So that's 6. Okay.
Okay, Thud, you take 12, everyone else takes 6. That was its legendary action after Kraylin acted. And then it's its turn, so its legendary action is going to reset to after Avanthe there. That breath weapon you think might have taken more than one of its legendary actions to use, so that's the good news. Now, it's going to move across this spike growth terrain. It's going to move 5 feet to there. Give me some damage, please.
Alright.
Takes 5 piercing. Another round of damage. 8 piercing. There. Another round of damage. 14 piercing. And one last one. 20 piercing damage. That did a lot. That's well done. But it closes up on Thud and Charmaine. And it's going to attack Thud. Oh, Thud, you took, 12 damage? I'm going to take that off your token so everyone can see it. So Thud, you're 38 out of 50?
Okay.
Got it. Okay, so the owlbear now closes, multi-attacking with its beak on Thud. 19 Thud for 16 piercing and cold.
Ooh. Okay.
So click your token, click the 38 in the green circle,
Okay.
type -16 and then hit enter. And that'll update your hit points for you.
-16.
For everyone to see.
Did that work? No, that didn't work.
I don't know why. That's weird.
Oh.
Just like replace what number is there with the -16.
Yeah, so 16 would be 22, right? No.
So you just click it, type -16, hit enter. There you go, 22. Yep.
Oh, that's 22, yeah.
Okay, then it's going to claw attack on you. 20 for 11 more. So you're down to 11 hit points.
Ooh, boy, that took tough.
Frostclaw's done. Charmaine, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to, as my bonus action, cast Zephyr Strike so that I can move away from him and not provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay.
So I can cast that, and then it gives me advantage on one weapon attack roll on my turn. Since it's my turn, I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to shoot him with my longbow. And then, do you want me to roll again for? Well, let's just see if I, because I give myself advantage on it. Come on.
Got it. 5 damage to him.
Cool.
Okay, after Charmaine, legendary action time. All right. Oh, good positioning, Charmaine. It cannot blast both you and Avanthe with a breath weapon. So, and Kraylin, you're around the corner out of view of it. Since you hit it, Charmaine, it will include you in the breath weapon. So Thud and Woodlos and Charmaine are hitting the cone of cold for its breath. You guys take 11 slashing and cold damage, 13 con save for half.
So.
Ooh, Thud made it. That's good. Otherwise, he would have been unconscious. So Thud, you take only 5.
5. Okay. So I'm only down to 6.
How much damage fall
I've
damage?
taken the brunt of the damage here.
11 slashing and cold. Woodlos and Charmaine. Charmaine already got it, I think. Okay, it's done with its legendary, and you think they used all of its legendaries. Woodlos, your turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna rage, and now I get to wild rage, so I gotta roll a d8. And I get a 1. So, shadowy tendrils lash out from around you. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet must make a con saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. Then the dice check is 13.
So you made it.
Alright, and then I gain 1d12 temporary hit points.
Nice.
So I gain 4 temporary hit points. And then I will attack. And I miss.
Oh, are you? So I have Totem of the Wolf, and if we're both fighting the same creature, you get advantage.
Okay, then I rolled a 6 and an 8, so still miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Does that thing happen just when you rage or every round on the start of your rage? Just once, I guess.
This one is just the one time.
Actually, yeah, that advantage thing doesn't happen until I rage. I haven't even gotten to my turn yet.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, Woodlos is done. Next to go is Avanthi.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try to move up to... Well, could I attack with like a ranged weapon from here
Yeah.
without worrying about my own party? Okay. I guess this thing
Yeah.
is taller.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can shoot over their heads, no problem.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna say, get ready for Jaguar and Ocelot. Only rather than drawing weapons, I just like light up my fists with little like spectrally looking blade things. And let's try attacking with those. And sneak attack will be on the first one. Probably won't hit.
A 12 and a 7 do both miss, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm still getting the hang of these. Don't worry, guys.
Your turn, Thud. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Avanthi.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit
Okay, Thud,
because
go
I'm
ahead.
afraid of the breath.
Okay, I will rage, and then I'm going to use my Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Take the -5 penalty to hit, but I'm
gotcha.
going to use my advantage as well. So.
Okay, advantage used up.
So I get 2 rolls then for that. So that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, you could crit though still, so roll that second one.
Okay, that's a 14, 20. So.
Okay, you hit.
Okay, so I do extra
Actually,
10.
that's only a 15, right? But a 15 hits, luckily.
Yeah, okay.
Because you got to take the -5. So you hit 15.
Oh, that's right, I took
You're going to
-5.
do plus
yeah,
10
right.
damage. Nice.
Plus 10 damage to the axe. Plus 2 again, too, because I'm raging, so. So that's 9, 10, 11 plus 10 is 20. 11 plus 10 is 21.
21.
Yeah.
Nice. A huge cut into the owlbear. What else, Thud?
That's it. I use my bonus to rage.
That round is over. Next to go is Kraylin.
DM question: Would a spiritual weapon get his totem advantage?
His totem. Oh, no. It might. I forget what his totem says again. Let's see.
Your friends have advantage on melee attack rolls against any
If
creature.
it only says melee, then yes.
Okay.
If it says melee weapon, then no.
All right. I will think if I just step out to here, I should be able to see just south of him. Is that right?
Yep.
I will bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay. Yeah, it will get advantage. It is all melee attacks.
Cool. So that's a 24 for 9.
Got it.
And I'll also do a Sacred Flame.
Dex save for that. It gets a 21.
Okay, and then I will back up.
Okay, after Kraylin, Frostclaw goes. That's going to reset his legendaries as well. He does a beak attack on Thud. 26 for 10, which becomes 5 because you're rage. Oh, wait, but some of that's cold damage. The cold is 2, which you take full. It's 8 regular, so you got 4 plus 2 is 6. So you took 6.
Okay, so I'm
So you
0.
dropped to 0, yeah. So Thud drops to the ground in front of Frostclaw. Then Frostclaw turns its claws on Woodlos, hitting him for 14s. Okay, so Woodlos, you're raging too, right?
Yep.
But you don't have cold?
No, just
Okay.
the
So-
slashing.
So it's 9, which becomes 4 plus 5 cold, so 9 total damage. Woodlos. After I halved it. Okay, Frostclaw's done. Charmaine, your turn.
Okay, I am going to back the F up. So
Just so I know, does the spiky stuff only work if he moves?
Correct.
Okay.
okay, so I'm gonna move here so I still have a shot on him.
Okay.
Would I be able to, as like a free action, hand Woodlos a potion, a healing potion?
You can, but Woodlos has one, and so does Thud, if it matters.
Oh, okay. If you think you're good, Woodlos, I will not do that.
Well, I think he goes before me anyway, so I don't know if it's worth handing me anything.
Okay. And then
Yeah, you might just want to hold on to it.
I did forget to add a 1d8 of force damage on my last one, but
Okay, add that in. Tell me what that was.
oh, I can? Okay.
you bet.
Because I did not realize that you get a d8 of force damage to add to the Zephyr Strike.
Got it.
Okay. Where am I? I am going to hit it with my longbow. I don't think that hits. It's 15, right?
13 missed, yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then so using a healing potion, that's action, right?
It is, yep.
Okay, then I'm done.
Okay, after Charmaine, it is going to... It's going to do this, I think. Check here. Creature that sees or hears you within 30 feet. Okay, the owlbear lets out a screeching roar as its legendary action. So all creatures that can see or hear it, which is everyone, has to make a 13 wisdom save or be frightened.
13.
Ooh, lucky.
Woodlos is
Nope.
frightened. I'm going to put a broken heart for if you're frightened. Kraylin, are you frightened?
I am.
Kraylin's is scared of him. Broken heart for you.
Charmaine is scared.
Charmaine's is scared.
That means I cannot move closer, is that right?
That is correct, yeah.
Oh no.
Conveniently, the one person who's farthest away is not scared.
Avanthi, you made it. And Thud, you get to make a save even though you're unconscious.
Oh, I still get frightened even though I'm
Yep.
unconscious. Okay.
Wisdom
What was
save.
the save?
Wisdom save, yeah.
Nightmares.
Nightmares. 11, so you're afraid too. Okay, so frightened condition is pretty grievous. It is disadvantage on checks and attacks when you see the source of your fear, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear. And let me double check something. See how long this fright lasts. Owlbear. You are frightened of him until the end of your next turn. So it's basically going to affect each of your next turns. That was a legendary. It took 2 of his legendaries, so he's still got 1 left. And Woodlos, your turn.
I think I'm just gonna drink one of my potions. 'Cause I can hit him once and then I'm gonna die, and then I think if I can live 2 rounds, you guys can do a little bit more damage to him. So I'm gonna drink my potion. And then that's 2d4, right? Plus 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 7.
Okay, after you, he's going to use his last legendary action to claw you. Woodlos. 22 to hit for 16 slashing cold. You're still raging, so let me cut this down a little bit. 6, 7, 8, 13 becomes 6 plus 3 cold is 9. So 9 after cutting it in half for the regular damage.
Okay.
So you took 9. Woodlos is done. Legendary actions are all used up. Avantha, your turn.
Okay, I think I'm gonna trot up to Thud and force his own health potion down his throat.
Okay. So, let's see. With those, you used your free one. I'll take that off. Thud, go ahead and take off your free one and roll 2d4 plus 2.
Should I roll it or Thud?
You can roll it,
Or
Thud.
is it- Okay. Oh, whoops, sorry.
Oh, we'll
Unless
keep that. We'll take
unless
that.
you want
So
to
Thud, you
take
get 9 back.
it. And also, as a bonus action, can I just like slap him across the cheek and be like, "Get with it"?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna run away as far as I can, which I think is here.
Okay, after Vanthe. Thud, your turn.
Thud, are you on mute?
Oh, sorry, you're right. Thanks. I'm going to use Great Weapon Master again, and I'm going to just do a reckless attack.
Okay.
So I do still get advantage with that. So.
Good.
You're not raging anymore, are you?
You want to
Oh,
rage
I
again?
can rage again.
Nah,
I can
you
rage
dropped.
again. Yeah.
Rage
But I
again.
can rage again. Yeah. I'll rage again. Do Great Weapon Master, and then do a reckless attack.
Got it.
So, okay.
So it's going to be straight up because you're also afraid.
Yeah. Oh, I think I hit. Okay.
21 hit. Nice.
I'll do the second one just in case I crit. Nope. 22, even better. All right. And then we'll do damage. Plus 12, so 22 damage. Oh, sorry, 14 plus 12 is 26. Yeah.
26. Wow, nice. Okay, after Thud, your fear ends, Thud. And next to go is Kraylin.
Just south of Vanthe counts as moving closer, is that right?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. In fact, moving to Avanthe is moving closer, actually.
Okay. Could I see him from here?
You trying to see the owlbear?
That is correct.
No. You can move one to
Can
your right.
you move to this spot?
Yeah, I bet you could see him from here.
There you can.
Okay. Can I see the owl? Okay, I can see the owlbear. Can I see both my barbarian friends up there?
Yeah.
All right. I'll bonus action. Spiritual weapon again.
Okay.
It's just straight up. Is that right?
Thud's raging now, so it's advantage again.
I'm frightened.
Oh, you're frightened, then straight up.
19 for 10.
But you hit 10 damage, nice.
And I will I'll cast Bless on Charmaine and the 2 barbarians.
Nice, okay, so you get extra d4 to your saving throws, extra d4 to every attack, and Kraylin will roll those for you. You don't have to add them to any rolls.
Cool.
Kraylin, be ready with your attacks. Charmaine, you got Bless as well. Put a concentration mark on your guy. Kraylin, you can take off the broken heart too, because the fear goes away. Okay, Kraylin's done. Frostclaw's turn. He is going to kill these barbarians with a beak on Thud. Ooh, does that hit you, Thud, or does that miss?
15 is my armor class.
15 does.
Oh, wait. Yeah, 15 hits.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me figure out the cold. Let's see, it is 12 points of regular, so that comes down to 6 plus 4 for cold. So you took 10, Thud. Sorry.
Ooh, I'm still back at
Knocked
0.
you
now.
out.
Down again.
Then, with his claws, he rakes Woodlos. Does that hit you with those?
Yep.
Okay, it is 6, 7, 8, and 5 is 13, is 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 total after I have the regular damage. You are still
I
standing.
live.
The owlbear's enraged. His legendary actions reset. Charmaine, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to drop Zephyr Strike since I'm far enough away, and dropping it by casting Hunter's Mark as my bonus.
Okay.
And then something when I was looking to see my if I had a resistance to being frightened, apparently, with the going up in level, I have Dreadful Strikes, which adds a 1d4 psychic damage when I hit something with a weapon.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Hunter's Mark on him and then try and hit him with my longbow.
Okay. With disadvantage because of fright.
But wait, because... Oh, wait, he's down. Cool.
You
Longbow.
want to use your... You have an inspiration if you want to use it.
Oh, yeah, I will cancel it out.
Okay, inspiration used. Oh,
Wow.
crit. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so you do 7 regular, and then you get to do 2d8 or 2d6 for Hunter's Mark, right? Or is it d8s?
Yeah, I can. So I click on Hunter's Mark and it'll
do it.
pop
Okay.
it up.
Okay.
Hello? Click. And then I get 1d4 added for psychic damage.
I'll do the first d6 and the second d6, so it's 9 more on top of 7, so you're up to 16. And then 2d4? 16, 21. 21 damage with that shot.
Very nice.
Boom.
Take that, you creepy little bee.
Anything else, Charmaine?
Besides yelling, "You creepy little bee." Let me see. Where am I? I am right there. So how far? I'm gonna scooch back because I can still hit him. I'm just gonna go back here.
Okay. So let's see. Frostclaw did, after his action, his legendaries reset. Most of you hit him back there, so he's going to try and claw Woodlos. Take him out before he goes. 16 dropped him, it looks like.
Yep.
Okay, so Woodlos goes down. Then, Woodlos, death save. Woodlos fails his first death save. And then, next legendary. Owlbear can't breathe, but he can roar again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is going to get everyone except Charmaine. 13 wisdom save, everyone.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
Didn't need it, but used it.
Yeah, I'll use mine as well.
Okay.
Even us that are down, do we need to save or just
Yeah,
gotta
both of you
breathe
guys
over?
down too.
Okay.
Or actually, can I take that back since I haven't rolled yet?
Yeah, you can take it back.
Nope. I take that back again. I am going to use it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading some rules wrong.
Oh, good use. So the two of you back there are not afraid. The two barbarians are afraid, it looks like.
With good reason.
Yeah, we're unconscious and afraid.
That was his second legendary, and he's used 2 of them there, so he's done. Abantha, your turn.
Okie dokie. All right, I'm just reading through some stuff to make sure I actually do this right. As a bonus action. Okay. I'm gonna pull out the healing potion that I have on me that says Woodlos. And
Could you take my free one?
She can. You can take Kralen's free one.
Oh, if you if you have one
Yep.
on you, that's
Take
great.
it.
All right, so 5, 10. I'm gonna force that down his throat.
Okay. You can roll for it for him.
8. And then I think I'm gonna use my spring face step on Thud,
Okay.
which can teleport him 30 feet.
Also, I give you inspiration back for getting Woodlos back into the fight. Okay, and then go ahead and face step that away.
Okay, yeah. So Thud, I'm gonna
Move to where you want to be, and then tell me where you want him relative to you.
I think it only moves him and not me, though.
Oh, okay.
I think it moves him instead of me, essentially.
Got it. Okay.
So.
Well, that go ahead and move where you want to be.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's within 30 feet.
Anywhere within 30 feet.
10, 15. Just back here. Just send me back to the back of the cavern, I guess.
Go ahead and
Okay,
move,
sure.
move yourself back there. Anything else, Avanti?
I am also going to move. Let's see, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, that round is over. Legendaries are out. Thud. Death save.
Okay. I'm just going to roll a d20. I don't know how to do death saves on.
Just a d20. It's a con save, actually. So you can
Yeah,
do a
okay.
con save.
Hey, I made it.
Oh, nice.
DM question. It has to be a nat 20 for him to get up with 1 HP?
You are correct.
Okay.
And it's got to be a nat 1 for him to lose 2.
Yep.
So there's 1. Okay, 1 successful save. That's done. Round is over. Kralen, your turn.
Alright, I will step here and I'll cast a Cure Wounds
Okay.
on Thud. If I can find it.
I seem to remember it was missing last time, too. You might have to manually roll it. If you have it prepped.
Let me double check my sheet. I want to say I did prep it. Yeah. It's that plus 4, so you got 6 back, Thud.
6 total. Okay.
And then that was 5.
Okay, cool.
Then I'll run up here, spiritual weapon.
Okay.
It's 14 for 5.
14 missed. Glances off of its feathers.
All right.
All done, Kralen?
I suppose so. Yep.
You're about to be all done. Frostclaw's turn. Okay, Frostclaw. He's got... Well, he doesn't know Woodlos is back in the fight yet, so he's going after Kralen with his beak.
Nope.
Oh, 10 misses. And his claws. 22 for 12.
22 with it.
12 slashing and cold. Concentration check, DC 10 for the bless.
Oh my. Please. Thank you.
And Frostclaw's done. His legendary's reset. Charmaine, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him again with my longbow.
Okay.
Still with Hunter's Mark. So... Bloop. Nope. JK.
Yeah, that won't get there even with the bless. Okay, after Charmaine, Legendary's turn. He will claw Kralen again. Missing this time. Woodlos, your turn.
Alright. I will stand up. And then... I'll use my inspiration and swing at him. And since I dropped, I'm not raging at the moment, but I'm just going to take a regular swing. And I only get a 10.
I think the half heart, the 10, okay, so that's a miss. And then you're not feared. You're not prone. You don't have inspiration anymore. You're not raging.
Oh wait.
You have bless.
No, he's got an AC of
more than 14.
15, right?
Yeah, more than 14. Okay, so Woodlos is done. Now back in the fight. The owlbear's going to claw at Kralen again. Missing again. Avanti, your turn.
Okay. Let's get Jaggy and Ocelot back into the fight.
Oh, nice. Your Psychic Blade strikes true, doing... Do you get sneak attack too?
It popped up under the first attack. I don't know what your rules are.
Oh, well, you get to decide after you know if you hit or not. So the first one missed, the second one crit, so you can do sneak attack on it. So
Okay.
double the dice.
Does that mean, like, should I just hit the button again then?
Sure.
To determine-
Maybe twice. I don't know how that'll work.
Let me.
Whatever it takes to get all your dice in there. All of a sudden, you're being swarmed by chewingas, rushing past you as your psychic blade strikes the owlbear. So what's your damage? 9 plus...
7.
9 plus 7? 16 points damage. The owlbear is staggered by that psychic strike. The chewingas rush forward, pushing on the owlbear, throwing their little tiny spears at it, chanting their war songs. The owlbear is pushed back by your psychic blade and stumbles and falls off the bridge, plummeting down into the crevasse, disappearing into the mists, white feathers floating in the air.
Yay!
It's gone. Frostclaw's destroyed.
Good riddance.
It's about time you guys showed up. Chewinga.
The chewingas are all dancing around, and they are the 3 chewingas that you got.
That we
you got
met.
the blessing of, and they
Can't imagine what that would have been like without the blessings.
they go back with you to the clan caves, and you're received there as great heroes.
I want to hear Spearsong say it.
Eat his words. Charmaine, the entire walk back is just all self-control from just like, this is the best day ever.
It's like, do you guys need a ride on my shoulders?
They all, they hop on board and ride with you back into the Wyrmdoom Crag. When you get there, they join with some other chewingas that are dancing among the dragon bones, and they all perform a chewinga tribal dance for you. Even a couple of the chewingas that were secretly hiding amongst the dolls join them. If you remember the dolls in the
I do remember
crawl
the
room.
dolls.
Yep. You arrive back at Wyrmdoom Crag just in time to hear the end of a heated argument between Spearsong and Old Goat. Spearsong pushes past you as he stomps away. The chewingas make fun of him as he does. The Chieftain is thankful for your return and is amazed at your success. The Old Goat pulls out an old robe made out of goat hide, and it's got goat fur around the edges and such, and gives it to you guys as a thank you, and tells you it's a powerful magic item. You're confused by what it might be. You also have the potion of cold resistance to split up. So let's split up the potion of cold resistance first. Everyone in chat, type /r space d20, and whoever rolls highest can pick first on the potion of cold resistance.
Not me.
/r space d20. Looks like missing one roll here.
Sorry. Give me a second.
/r space d20.
Got it.
There you go. 17. So re-roll a Vanthi and re-roll Thud. A Vanthi 20. What does Thud get?
11.
A Vanthi
I can tell you, mentally, Avanthi wants this cold resistant potion bad. She hates cold.
You may have it.
Okay, Avanthi gets it, and then the robe. The robe is a robe of useful items, and we're going to roll here randomly to see what's in it. Now, I suspect this at some point might be changed by AL, because there's some weird, powerful items that it could be. So, just keep an eye out. If it gets changed, just update it if you decide to take it. Let's see here. I'm going to pull it up for you. Robe of useful items. So in chat, there's a link to one. You can pull it up and beyond. I hope you can see it. We do. This robe is special in that it acts like cold weather clothing, in addition to being a robe of useful items. And it's got the dagger and the bullseye lantern and the steel mirror and the 10-foot pole, the hempen rope and the sack, and 4d4 other patches. Let me roll that. 4d4. 10 other patches. So let me roll 10d100 and we'll see what those are. D100. 10. Roll. Okay, the first one is a spell scroll containing a spell of 1st to 3rd level, so we'll roll that separately here. 4 potions of healing. Pretty nice. This is why I think it might be changed by AL. But note this. You can copy this and keep it in your notes if you decide you're going to take it. 93 is a window. 13 is a silver coffer worth 500 gold, subject to level caps. And small print.
So does that mean it would have 80 gold in it? Or
Probably.
whatever would equal 80
Well, you
gold?
could never get more than your level cap, however you get it.
Okay.
Yeah. 30 is 10 gems worth 100 gold. 38 is a wooden ladder. 23 is more gems. 31 is another ladder. 75 is a rowboat. And 42 is another ladder. So you got a bunch of ladders. 4 potions healing, a spell scroll. Let's roll the spell scroll. It'll be a D3 to see its level. /R space D3. It's 1st level. Let's see here. All sorts of different casts. We're just going to spell scrolls. We'll go with what's in the party. We got a cleric. We got a ranger. Who else can cast spells? That's pretty much it, right?
I think so.
Okay, so much more likely to be a cleric. So I'm going to roll a d6. And on 1 through 4 it's cleric. 5 or 6 is ranger. It's ranger. Ranger 1st level. So, look at the spells here. Game rules. Spells.
I've got Absorb Elements, Alarm, Animal Friendship, Beast Bond, Cure Wounds, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Ensnaring Strike, Fog Cloud, Goodberry, Hail of Thorns, Hunter's Mark, Jump, Long Strider, Snare, and Speak with Animals, and Zephyr Strike is what's on the list that I have of 1st level.
Is there any of those that you like the best?
Cure Wounds would probably be good.
That'd be pretty handy. Okay, so it's a scroll of Cure Wounds, which means also other classes can use it. And if someone takes it, or, I mean, if you ever bring it out, you can always loan it to someone too. So, it's a scroll of Cure Wounds in the patch. And the nice thing about AL now is if you have an item that gets used up, you just discard it and you get a new item.
So what was 5 and 6 of the things?
Let's see, 5 and 6. And I'll copy this and send it to the Discord chat too, so you have a record of it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 30. That's gems. 6 is 38. That's a wooden ladder.
Ladder. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew one was a ladder and one was something else.
All right. So there's quite a bit of gold there. Depending on how AL rules it, there's 4 potions of healing in there. That's pretty nice. Let's see. Okay.
So is the gold cap based on the tier?
Yeah.
And we're still in tier 1, right?
You are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't pull the patch out till you're tier 2, maybe you can get more of the gold. It's a pretty weird item for them to award. And I imagine there's going to be some sort of guidance on how to use it at some point. And just with everything in Adventure League, if the rules change, you just update your character to match the change, and you're good to go.
So we could actually pull all the patches today and divide it up, right? Divide up all the treasure.
No, you'd be capped at 80 gold, and you already got 80 gold for the adventure. So there'd be no reason to take any of the gold
so there'd be no reason to take it today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we get 3 ladders?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a
You
ladder.
never know when you'll need a ladder. And a window.
So the rewards are you can level if you want. You got 80 gold worth of treasure, but your cap, of course, is at 80 gold if you already got some gold for your current level. The potion went to Avanthi. You can all take the robe if you want, and if you're going up to 5th level, you can have up to 3 items, so you might as well take it if you're going up to 5th level. What else is there with rewards? My DCI number, which really isn't a thing anymore, but here it is at the top of that little blurb. At the bottom of that blurb is a feedback form, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you can fill that out for Baldwin and for me. What am I missing? I think that pretty much covers it. So as you're there with the tribe, and you're heading out to your next adventure, you hear out in the distance a loud, long screech of an owlbear. You don't know, is that Frostclaw or just a different owlbear? You never saw his body. It plummeted down the mountainside into the mists. Maybe you'll see him again, or maybe he's gone forever. And that's the end.
Dun dun dun.
But
All right.
you have some story awards. Let me give you your story awards too. So when you go to fight Feral Tongue, the druid, and maybe Frostclaw if somehow he gets raised from the dead or something like that, you have these story awards. I'll type them out for you. So they don't do anything yet. Whatever they do will be like written into the adventure that they do it in, but you just need to know the names of them. There we go. Okay, they are Charm of Lord the Timid, that's the end. Thanks for playing, everyone. Anyone got any questions?
Yeah,
Thank you,
I do.
Tom.
You bet.
Yeah, thank you. So if we don't, so we're leveling up to 4, but after since we're leveling up to 4, after like, are there going to be more beside like? So this is 04.
Let me check.
Are there right?
I'm checking to see what the next adventure is out there.
Yeah. So what I mean is, are there going to be more tier 1? So if we don't level up to 5, or is the next part of the story at the next tier?
I am checking real quick for us.
Cool.
I think the next part would be the next story, but I think you can level up. If you're 4, you can go to 5 for free, right, Tom?
Yeah, you can go to 5 at any time. Also, there's another epic. There's the 10-0 epic. There's also a 10-1 epic, and I think that is also for 1st through 4th level characters.
Cool. Alright, so I'll make a note to myself. 10-0 epic. 10-1 epic. That is not
What are the difference between epics and not epics?
Generally, epics have a little bit better treasure, but a little bit more risk.
Gotcha. And oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm not able to get to the website, but when I eventually do, I'll post it into the Discord chat.
Cool, thank
It's
you.
just spinning on me right now.
And I know you just mentioned that 5th level is 3 magic items. I assume 4th level is still at the 1, not at 2.
You're right. Yep, still 1 at 4th.
Are there, I mean, I can easily look this up, but is there rules on ability, score improvement, or feats?
Yeah, you can use feats. So when you gain 4th level in the class, you get a feat or an ability score improvement.
Cool. I wasn't sure if there was like you can't use the thing or not.
Nope, you can definitely use them.
Great, thank you.
So what did we do the right thing by letting that guy go, or should we have killed him?
I think you did the right thing. He did not kill that guy. It
Oh,
was
okay.
actually an accident, yeah.
Okay.
Now, whether or not Tompkins is a good guy, I can't vouch for that. But he wasn't a murderer in this case.
He wasn't a murderer.
In
right?
this case.
That was at a conundrum with that one.
Yeah. No, you definitely did the right thing if you're good aligned.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That was great.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing with all of you, actually.
Yeah, this was
Thanks.
great.
I hope
Yeah, it was good. Thanks, guys.
yeah, I hope you all can make it to the next one.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye,
All right, good.
everyone.
Everybody, thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Tom.
You bet.